Yo, guys, good evening. Welcome back to Danny AFC TV. The hood is a wrap. I'm about 15 minutes late. My deepest of apologies. I've had a guest in the building sitting there like I'm sure he probably ain't too happy. So without further ado, I am going to get money straight on this, guys. Please get likes on the video. Do be subscribing if you're new. Shouts out to Cam, already in the chat, I do believe. But let me get money in while,
Danny boy! Woohoo!
What's going on, mate? What are you saying?
No, nothing much. Look, I've been sitting over here waiting, but don't worry about it. I've got the telly on, and I want to make sure that there's a mirror behind me. Yeah, so I don't want you to see any reflection from the TV. So
no, we're good.
Yeah,
no, everything looks
the worst
thing.
Because the worst thing that can happen is any sort of if there's any coverage of the match, any reflection, any copyright thing, this video might get deleted. Yes, I don't want to do that.
Cool. Do you believe it's free at the back? I'm just looking at BT Sports' coverage now. So I don't believe it's going to be like that at all. It will be just.
No, I've got the lineups for you, mate. It's a 4-3-3, yeah. Yep. And I will tell you the team lineups right now. So, would you mind if I shared the screen? Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Go through.
All right. So, present screen. For some reason, it says present, not share, but okay. Works now. All right, so yeah. All right.
I'm just going to get this out there because I was a little bit late. I'm just going to put this on Twitter, etc. for 10 seconds, mate. Copy link. I was a little bit late. I'm just going to put this on my WhatsApp and that, etc. Brother, that'll take 30 seconds.
All right, cheers.
Yeah, a bit of a nightmare, man. The traffic was absolutely hectic, mate. Right, it has come up at the bottom. Shall I clip it? Add to the stream. Whoa, it's just took me and you away. No, it's just went a bit mad. There you go.
Yeah. Right, so this is how they're lining up.
Manny, you've got to teach me how to do these things, you know. This is quite annoying. I actually don't know how to do these things, bro. So I said I'm not the best with technology. I need to learn how to do these things.
Yeah, don't worry. As long as you got me here, I'm your man. Now, at the moment, they're having a minute's silence as well for the victims of the Indonesia riots. So... yeah, so basically, I'm going to be as quiet as possible, but it's a 4-3-3. We've got Tierney and Tomiyasu as the wing backs. It's a good thing. Both of these guys need some game time, especially Tomiyasu. Gabriel and Holding, Saliba being rested doesn't make me happy in the least, but we've got to field the change team. There's no way that we could field the same 11 that played the North London derby. Turner in goal.
Absolutely no way.
No. Yeah, Turner in goal. Expected. We got Fabi Vieira on the right side of a three-man midfield. Sambi Lokonga playing the central role, which is normally occupied by Thomas Partey. Granit Xhaka will be on the left. He'll be captaining today. And then there's Marquinhos on the right, Martinelli on the left, and Eddie Nketiah in the middle. And I'm sorry to disappoint you, but there is no sign of the 15-year-old on the bench.
Do you know what I mean? Right. So the first thing I'm going to say about that was, Arteta, love or hate him, well done for your little publicity stunt, bruv. Like, I knew it. I knew it was well too good to be true. He wanted to break a record, Arteta.
All right, they're gonna start kicking off right now, and I agree with you. What he did was despicable, but they're kicking off right now, yeah.
Right, I'm a couple of seconds behind you, unfortunately. So I'm very tempted to just refresh my link because I've just walked in the house, Manny. I might leave it a minute because I don't want to then delay for 2 minutes. No, I'm gonna go for it because I've got you here. No, I'm gonna go for it, mate, because I've got you here. Go on.
Yeah, cheers. So, yeah, they've just kicked off, and Arsenal are attacking from, I believe it's left to right. So Tomiyasu down the right, passes to Marquinhos, trying to find them in, but the yellow submarine from Norway can clear. They're from the Norwegian Arctic, so they're
do you know what, mate? Sorry to interrupt you. They've brought a decent little following over. I'm from the area, as I'm sure you probably know, and I've been stuck in the wildest traffic, mate. They have definitely brought over, I reckon, I don't know, it's hard to tell when you're driving, mate, but I don't know, it looks like there was 5,000 of them. I know it's a bit of a silly guess, but I mean, there was definitely a lot of Norwegians. They're all donning their kits today, and it looks a decent atmosphere down there, considering, with no disrespect, it's just Bodo this evening.
Well, here's the thing, I mean, Bodo actually have no chance of winning their league because they're sort of 15 points behind Molde, who could be champions very soon. So this will probably be the last you'll see of them in European competition for quite some time. So I think they want to make the most of it. They fancy themselves as possibly being having an outside chance of qualifying from the group. So they're going to try to do everything they can to spoil the party. of course,
Well,
with Thomas not on our side, there is no party in our team anyway.
there you go. There you go. Well said, my friend. Absolutely brilliant. Okay,
That's
guys,
right.
please hit the likes on the video. As you can see, we have got Manny with us. We're fortunate enough to have Manny with us for the watch along. I do hope Craig does come in today. Cam, how are you? What's going on? Who's in the chat? Linda, what's good? I'm not going to jump into the chat and spoil and mess up the stream too much, guys. When I see them there, when it's club related, when it's game related, of course, I'm going to be flying into the comments. But please get the likes on the video as always.
Absolutely. Marquinhos now down the right, but still no dice. So here's the thing. Normally, when I do a watch along with people, I have this habit of going straight into commentator mode. Yeah.
Yep,
And I realized that, it's not, it may not be nice because if you're doing a watch along, you just want to have it more folksy, but this is just me. So
mate,
I just
I
want
love
to
it.
know
I
if,
love it, to be honest with you. And where I've been a little bit unorganized, I'm just still setting up my box and everything now, mate. So controls in hand. I'm begging you. Next 5-10 minutes, mate, is all you. It's absolutely
yeah,
you.
all right. All right.
And,
That's brilliant. That's brilliant.
and
And
you
I
will get
mean,
the best of
listen,
Danny in a minute as soon as I've just sorted my life out. I'm so sorry.
until then, I'll hold the fort for you. Yeah, that's perfect. So it's back with Matt Turner right now. And this is obviously certainly not Arsenal's first choice defense because, I actually believe that when it comes to being the first choice left back, Zin has that pretty much nailed down because he probably might be more suited to the high pressing game that Arteta wants to employ. But of course, if Kieran comes on for about 20 or 30 minutes to tidy everything up, get a few minutes, that suits him. But this
It's gonna be
Europa League
interesting.
game might be good for him too. It's also good for Tomiyasu. He started running down quite a lot. And I think he wants to try to prove that he can also not just be good defensively, but also be able to run quite a bit and maybe do a little bit of overlapping if possible. So I'm liking what I'm seeing so far.
I
And
don't know if you
Gabriel,
sorry, go on. Sorry, mate. Sorry,
yeah,
mate.
no,
Go on.
no, go ahead. No,
I
please
don't know
say
if
what
you've
you want to say.
noticed,
Yeah.
mate. I had a feeling maybe for this season, it hasn't really worked out the way I thought it could. I thought there would be, I'm not going to say horses for courses, but I thought Zinchenko, Ben White could be that guy when it is the Bournemouth, the Fulham, blah, blah, blah. And I had a feeling when the Tottenham, the Man City, the Liverpool came calling, I had a feeling, but it hasn't worked out like this. Could it be Tomiyasu, Tierney? Are they slightly the better two defenders than the first two names I mentioned, Zinchenko and Ben White? Are they slightly more sound defensively?
Yeah, yeah. Here's the thing: Ben White was bought for 50 million quid.
Yep.
Fat lot of good that was
There
to
you
be a
go, mate.
central defender. Yeah. So I think the reason why Ben White was given his chance at right back is because probably a shot from outside and Ketia not too far wide. I think he's going to want to score in this game and prove that
Of
he's
course he is.
worth
He's
that
got to get a
contract.
couple today for me. I
Yeah,
can't
and
believe
then
in
they'll
Warriors. I can't believe Nwari's not on the bench. Like, I really absolutely don't believe that. I'm absolutely shocked by it.
Absolutely, absolutely, mate. I mean, to be fair, of course, when Harvey Elliott had the record for Fulham, he only played a couple of times for Fulham that season. I think they sent him out on loan afterwards. So maybe, I suppose, there's a master plan for him. If Arteta does stick around, I think next season he probably will let Nwaneri get some games. But the EFL Cup is definitely a game where I'd like to see him play. Now,
Most definitely.
now, back to your question. Ben White was brought as a centre back, yeah.
Yep.
So I think the reason why they decided to put him at right back is because Arteta wanted to have something like a fairly stronger combination. Um, when I say stronger, I mean it was a case of trying to get the right combination with his preferred players either not being fit or in Arteta's eyes not being good enough. Suarez is pretty much out of the picture, and he might possibly be heading out on loan in January, so we'll see.
Therefore.
But yeah, with Tomiyasu probably being injured against Crystal Palace, it was necessary to bring Ben White there, and I still believe that, notwithstanding how well he might have done so far this season, he still, for me, is a square peg in a round hole. Because sometimes, in addition to sort of starting to wanting to. Sorry about that. In
Yeah.
addition to being able to sort of run and do a little bit of tackling, you've also got to make sure that you are defensively sound enough. And what the worst part about Ben White's play early on is that it put a lot of pressure on Saka on the right wing. Now, in addition to being so incorrigibly left-footed, it's scary. You've got a situation where this guy is playing on the right wing, our star boy. So
Yep.
to convert him into that inside winger, he's also got to turn a little bit more unnaturally, in my opinion. And also with Ben White not being necessarily sound defensively, Saka has had to look back and also do a lot more tracking back. Now, I always believe, and I don't know if you agree with me, but Saka's best position is really on the left wing. If he can sort of combine with Martinelli down on that wing, that is
Yeah,
normally when he plays his best football. And when he started playing for England, he was more or less a left winger, quite happy. Granted,
yeah.
Southgate put him on the right, but he could interchange with Sterling. With Arsenal, we don't have that fluidity. So that was another factor. I think maybe White has improved because Arteta's given him the confidence. But if you ask me to choose between Tomiyasu and Ben White, I'd take Tomiyasu any day of the week and twice on the Sunday right now.
There
So
you
this is
go.
going to be a game where
Interesting.
Tomiyasu will have to try and show that he can defend well, but also overlap quite well. And if he does put enough pressure on Ben White, then it's all the better.
There you go. There you go. So that's what I'm doing. I'm looking for a big performance from Tomiyasu today. I was wondering if Nelson Marquinhos I'll be keeping a close eye on. Nelson, I'm surprised. I'm surprised Nelson hasn't been picked today. I thought when Arteta first came into the club, like, am I wrong in saying I thought that Nelson was going to have a bit of a career at Arsenal? I thought Nelson definitely did seem to fit in with the Arteta, I don't know, the process, if you like, I don't know what you want to call it, but I thought Nelson was going to have a bit more of a go under Arteta. Not that I'm saying he deserved it, or I like the guy, or I think he's the most amazing footballer on earth. I just thought Nelson would have had a bit more time. Considering we never got rid of him in the summer, and he never went on loan. I thought the League Cup, the early Europa League games. When I say early, I do mean Bodo. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. What do you think of the actual lineup, mate? Would you? Who else? Is there anyone else you would have brought into this team?
Let me take a look right now at the bench. Obviously, like the first teamers are all on the bench. None of them will get into the lineup. I certainly would have liked to have seen Suarez been possibly brought in because, I mean, people say he's not good enough, but I think the only reason why they're trying to keep him is so that he doesn't get injured. And maybe he could secure a loan move in January when he still has his full value. But
I
there is
actually
a
did
part
say
of me
he
that
wasn't
thinks that
fit for today's game as well, Manny. I'm not sure if you've actually heard that. I heard he actually probably wasn't going to be fit for today's game. I'm not
who,
sure if you did hear that.
Suarez?
Yeah, Suarez, yes.
Yeah. I knew that he was sort of injured. Maybe he's just recovered from injury and might be fit enough to be on the bench. I probably don't see him coming on. If Tommy needs a rest, then Ben White will come on. Matt Smith is on the bench, which is quite nice. And
Yep.
as is probably standard practice, they've also named Hayne on the bench. Carl Hayne. I think he's another backup keeper. Yeah.
Yeah, he is, yes.
Oh, a chance over there for Fabi Vieira, and I think that went off the bar. So you
Oh,
can
wow.
see right now. I mean, if you can see right now, hopefully your set's loading up. You can
Yep.
see the Arsenal looking a lot more fluid. Great work by Granit Xhaka. Czerny was able to get into the box, laid up on a plate, and off the bar and over. So you can
Oh,
see this is so the wing backs are really having a good game right now, and Czerny's looking really really good. I think there's a part of me that thinks that maybe Czerny is built more for European competition. I mean, he's probably played quite a few European games with Celtic anyway, so this is the horses for courses pick for Arsenal for sure. So back to your question. Matt Smith is in the squad too. I
yep.
wonder if Arteta will give him a run out later on. I don't know. We'll have to see.
I would like to see that.
And Nelson is also on the bench. Maybe he'll get a run out. So, yeah, I don't think there's anyone who probably would have started necessarily. He's rested as many of his first teamers as he could. And it's a bad sign, really, that, um, you know, the 11 that played in the North London derby, that would be our first 11. But aside from that, our bench strength is absolutely awful. And we still have a few first teamers who are on the field today. So, mate, we're gonna need to do some buying in January,
Most
and
definitely.
yeah,
Which areas of the pitch? I know I think we've had a couple of comments on this before, but as you're live with me, give me a couple names, mate. Give me the names or the
yeah.
name.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, uh, we definitely need some good central defensive midfield cover because Sambi Lakonga might as well be called Bambi Lakonga
Yep.
because last year he was a deer in the headlights, if you know what I mean.
Yep.
The only problem is I don't really know up top which central defensive midfielder we could possibly pick. We might have to go deep into Europe. We'll have to see.
Would you
Um,
go for Yuri Tillemans or Douglas
given the
Luiz at Villa?
Douglas Luiz would have been a good shout. Yeah, I mean, we were willing to, buy him, and I think we we went all out on the final day to try and get him, and it all went to pot. So yeah, he was the guy who scored that corner goal against us. He would be a decent fit. And of course, ironically, in preparation for his departure, Gerard brought Bednarek and another guy from, I think
Yeah.
it was Wolves, I don't recollect. So he strengthened.
Was it
They've got
Dundonka?
some good.
Was it
Yeah,
Dundonka?
Dendonka from Dendonka.
Yeah.
It was someone
Yeah,
from
I
Wolves.
thought that
Yeah,
as well,
Dendonka.
Manny. Nice, good spot. Like I thought that as well. I was actually. I reckon it will. Not. I'm not saying definitely Arsenal, but I reckon he'll leave in January. I reckon Tillemans is going to be on his way out. He's clearly not signing the deal. I'm not saying I want Tillemans. N'Golo and Kante has been linked with us a lot today. 31 coming 32. What do you think, Manny?
No, 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 no. I wanted him instead of Granit Xhaka. We
Of
should have
course. Well, there you
signed
go.
him when we should have signed him, or made an effort to sign him when Leicester had won that season after. But apparently, the agent fees or something or another was a bit too high for AW. He didn't want to splash out, so Chelsea
Sorry,
got
mate.
him.
As I'm up and running, what minute are you on? Sorry.
I am on the 11:59, 12 minutes, 12-minute one.
Right, I'm on 11:40, so I'm ever so slightly behind you. I've just got Rob Holding kicking away left-footed, so I'm slightly behind. I can go and try and adjust that. No drama.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. So yeah, so like it's 12:15 now. So if you want to adjust it. Go ahead, knock yourself out.
I'm
But
on 12.
otherwise, we
That'll
can.
do. I'm on 12. Flip it. It's a couple of points of a second. It's fine. Right. So,
Yeah.
all right, guys. Again, sorry, I'm a little bit more organized now. I can chill, take a breath. When I say I was running upstairs, like it was ridiculous. It's 7:43, and I'm running up and down stairs like, oh my god, Manny, that was a bit mad for me. I can't believe I chock-a-block the whole area is.
Yeah, listen. That's London for you. Yeah, I mean, wherever you live in London, I mean, however you go, it is not really wise to take your own vehicle and go out anywhere. That's why we've got the underground. Yeah.
Yeah, I
And even
suppose,
the
bro. I suppose, bro. I suppose.
Yeah, so I mean that's the thing. Like the bigger the city in which you are, the more important it is to have a good transport network. And there is nothing like taking the tube. Last time I was in London, I was there for my sister's. I did see my sister. She had given birth to a little girl, and I was living with her and her husband in Wandsworth. Yeah, we were not too far from the East Putney station. In fact, we were
Okay.
between East Putney and Southfields on the District line. So
Okay.
yeah, it was good fun. And if I ever wanted to go elsewhere in London, just hop on the District line, take the tube, go to wherever I wanted. That's always the best. So I'm just glad you made it. No, I had a feeling that you'd be late, but you actually are dead on time, and for that I'm grateful. Wonderful.
Brilliant. What was I going to say as well? I've actually Bodo. I have seen they've took a decent little They've took a decent little amount of people with them. I don't know. I reckon they probably have got 4,000 there. What do you think?
Yeah, about that much. I mean, however much they could possibly take with them, and they'll probably be in a small pocket of the stadium somewhere. So, yeah, this is good. And yeah, listen, if you ever want to do another watch along, and if I'm free, if we're in sync, yeah. I mean, let's do this again. This is wonderful.
No problem.
Normally I do my watch alongs with another guy, but it's it can sometimes be a little bit quiet at times. And yeah, so now we have Marquinhos. Oh yeah, so you're 20 seconds behind me, so I don't want to be a spoiler. But so from what you've seen so far, you might be happy with the way Arsenal are playing now, yeah?
Yeah, that's not bad. I like that ball from Tierney. I have absolutely not offside. No. Come on, that was a brilliant ball by Tierney. That was nice. Yeah, I'm seeing it. We're looking all right. Again, I'm just a little bit surprised at the lineup. Like Martinelli, I felt he needed a rest. Not that he was looking physically out. I just think like he's such a high energy footballer. I thought they could have dropped him out for today and gave him a break. Like that's never mind. I felt Nelson could have played. But hey, I think it's only Bodo. But anyway, as you say, it's early days. Maybe they can come on later on in the game. Do you know what I mean?
Maybe, yeah, but the most important game in this group will be the PSV game. And if you recall, they postponed our league clash against City to make sure that we play PSV that day. So
Yeah.
That is the game which will decide who. Those two games, home and away, will decide who tops the group. Oh yeah, I can't be a spoiler. You're behind me.
Don't worry, that's all right, mate. Do it.
Yeah. So those two games will probably decide who qualifies as group winners. And let's also not forget that if we finish second, we might be in a playoff against some Champions League dropout, if you will. And
Yes.
that person, if they beat us, will go further on. So yeah, so we can't take anything for granted. And PSV actually blitzed FC Zurich 5-1. We could only beat them 2-1.
Yeah.
We went over there to their neck of the woods and won 2-1. Those Dutchmen creamed them 5-1. And seeing how Rangers have been playing in the Champions League, I think the Dutchmen are very angry because they're the ones who are going to be thinking that should have been us playing against Liverpool. Because
Yeah.
Rangers in the Champions League have not been firing on any cylinders at all.
Cylinders at all, yeah. I don't think that was too much of a surprise as well. Celtic will go the same way. It started off all right with the 0-0, I suppose, against Shakhtar, but yeah, I think they'll find their way out the group. If they get third, they're lucky and they can drop into Europa, I suppose.
Oh yeah, that would be interesting. And imagine how it would be if we qualify second in the group and we end up drawing with Celtic, Tierney up against his old mates. That's going
Yeah,
to be a real corker.
yeah, that'll be a brilliant game. I'd love a little Arsenal Celtic, do you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
Marquinhos is trying to get away. Offside again, man. Come on. Come on, boys. Wake up. Shout out to everyone in the chat. We've got CJ and Linda. It's been very quiet this evening. We'll see if people just start jumping in at half time. What's going on here? It's probably my lateness as well. You know that. It's probably my lateness. I see Cam was at the top of the
later on the screen, you can see the yellow army jumping up and down.
Yeah,
And,
I can see them. I've been
that's always
clocking them.
Yeah, that's always a good sight to see. But you can see them. What time are you on now? I'm on 17, 10, 11, 12.
1650. 1,
Oh,
2, yeah.
right. So about 24 seconds behind me. So,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, if we're
Yeah,
in
there,
sync,
I can see it now. Yeah, I can see it now.
yeah, if we're like I said, if we're in sync, I'd be doing commentary, and you'd be watching at the same time, and then we'd have a back and forth. I mean, there have been some. If you, I'll go on another channel and do a bit of commentary as well, and there are people who say, listening to you, mate, we don't need the BT or the Sky Sports commentary, and I can agree with a lot of people. Martin Tyler has.
What minute again, mate? Give me another minute check. Sorry.
17:44.
I've gone further
45,
behind.
46?
No. I went further behind, mate. Wow. That's definitely.
So.
Right, I'm going to stay there. 17:35. I'm going to stay there. I'm going to stay there.
Oh, 70, then that's about 20 seconds. That's perfect. So, nice left-footed pass there from Tomiyasu. Just gone awry, and Bodo can clear. So a lot of people have been telling me that I need to do some commentary, and they mute their TV to listen to me. I'm not blowing my trumpet. This is something I enjoy doing.
Brilliant, excellent.
Because
we got a free reign now, as you are slightly ahead of me. You have got a free reign, mate, because I don't want to start jumping and screaming things, knowing that you're ahead of me. So, yeah.
Yeah, but at the same time, I definitely don't want to be a spoiler. So I will see something, and you will see a reaction, and then you can see it and jump to your heart's content.
Yeah. Guys, please welcome Manny to the stream. Cam is in the building. We've got Tiana. What's going on, beautiful? CJ, what's good? Linda, what's happening? Let's get into the chat. Let's get into the conversation. What do you think the score is going to be tonight? Nearly hitting the 20th mark. I'm not quite there myself, but yeah. Nearly 20 minutes down. Still 0-0, guys. Nketiah, Marquinhos, I'd like to see these guys step up today. Vieira, I'd like him to follow up his debut of another little banger on his left foot. That would suit me down to the ground. Guys, what are you thinking? What do you think so far? Please give a like to the video. Do be subscribing if we is new. As always. Oh! What happened there? I moved for a minute. Oh, gosh! Who was that?
You didn't miss very much. It was an attempted cross. I think it was Nketiah who did that. And the keeper was able to push it out, and the defense were sort of able to clear it. So no goals yet. Whatever happens, mate, listen, I'll tell you. I'll give a reaction. I'll say something, and then you can see it, and then you can see it for yourself.
Perfect, mate. Perfect.
So a lot of people say they enjoy my commentary, and if I had the chance to do this, I would. The only problem is sometimes I have to be very careful with the players' names, be it the home team and the away team, but it's something I enjoy doing. Having listened to Brian Moore, John Motts, and all these wonderful commentators,
all the classics.
I've always fancied myself, trying to do something similar. So that's something that works. And the best part about these headphones you see with the microphone is that you're not going to get any, outside noises coming in to when I speak. So all good, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Absolutely. Just keeping an eye on this. We're definitely warming into this now. We're looking to go and get them. I think we're gonna grab one soon, mate.
We should. Yeah, I'm predicting a 3-1 win. I don't think Matt Turner will have a clean sheet, but we will score enough. And here's the thing: I think what I saw from the game against Zurich is that every time we get ourselves into a good position,
Yeah.
um, we always seem to fluff our lines. It's as if you get the perfect opportunity, but when it's your turn to take center stage, you fluff your lines and it just doesn't come out right for you. And eventually, you just get enough to go by. But
All right.
PSG were clinical.
Gonna do a couple of the comments here. CJ, what's good? Tiana, how are you? No access to the game. What's happening? All right. Well, Manny's definitely here. He's gonna keep you involved and in touch. Sorry, Marquinhos, mate. You delayed too long. 3 or 4 from Cam, mate. 0-0. Yes, I'm afraid so far. CJ, guys, please hit the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if we is new. Do welcome Manny to the stream, making his debut on Daniel AFC TV, of course, this evening.
Evening, everyone. And CJ says he wants some spoilers, or she wants some spoilers. So
yeah, see,
yeah. Okay. You want spoilers? You got them. So some action here on the. Now we're in the Arsenal half, and Bodo Glimt are trying to come in. The number 77, Berg has the ball, and an attempted through pass cut out quite well by Holding. Bodo were holding on, if you will, but now they've started to come into play. Now at the moment, Martinelli has it, jinking through nicely. Kieran Tierney! Off the post and in!
Yes! What?
In! Yeah. See it. Watch it.
Mate, how far am I behind? There we go. All right, it's Vieira. Good ball. I don't believe this. Tierney's flying down the left.
Yeah.
Martinelli. Bang. Oh, Scotland! Nketiah. Oh man, I have to sort that out.
This is what I don't like about him. Yeah, every time he scores, he does this ridiculous thing. I mean, who are you trying to call, mate? The Ghostbusters?
I have no idea, but he has scored. It's 1-0 to the Arsenal, guys. It's 1-0. It's Nketiah. What a shot by Tierney. Right.
Yeah, he was played offside by the number 18. Beautiful shot off the post. That shot deserved a goal, but fortunately, Nketiah was there to follow up, and shades of a certain other number 14 who scored for Chelsea last night.
Yes, he did.
I mean, don't get me wrong. If I were to choose between Nketiah and Aubameyang, I'll take Aubameyang back. But having said that, Pierre-Emerick is happy at Chelsea. He might be starting to thrive, and I'm sure he will do well over there. So it's best he stays where he is. I'm still. I mean, this. Here's the thing, though. Every time Nketiah scores in a game, in an EFL or a Europa game, and he sort of does that celebration, but he fails to really take advantage of the time he gets in the Premiership. I mean, it's a bit like Marmite. You know, you either love it or you absolutely hate it. And that's why a lot of people still can't quite warm to Nketiah that much. There are some people who say that when Nketiah came on, he adds some impetus, yeah? But every time he gets the ball...
I noticed that against Leeds, mate. I'm not sure anywhere else. I think against Leeds, he seemed to come and wake us up for a hot 10, 15 minutes. Do you know what I mean?
That was
against Leeds. Sorry, Manny. Was it Leeds? It was Leeds, wasn't it?
No, not Leeds. No, early on in the season, I think it was against Fulham. That was when Bernd Leno came back, and he did us a favour with that goal from the corner. And I think it was before that he
didn't score. He didn't score in the game. I'm convinced it was Leeds. He didn't score. He just livened us up. Actually, come on and just woke everyone up. And yeah.
Oh, absolutely. So he did. I mean, he says he livens they said he livened everyone up, and now my decoder has some sort of a signal issue. I will have to wait for a little bit, but it'll clear on its own. But anyway, you're watching. Now it's your turn to do some commentary. You can tell us what's happening now.
And as soon as I come in, they kick it off Martin's leg and it rolls out for a goal kick. But the Bodo fans are still in good voice, guys. Please get the likes on the video. And Nketiah's got his first, I'm going to say, of the evening. Let's see Marquinhos step up. Let's see Vieira. Vieira got the whole move started, though. Martinelli, as good as always. Let's see if Bodo can play themselves into a little bit of trouble here, playing out from the back. Nope, they're better than us at it. No problem. Fair enough. They're better than us at it.
Yeah, so it's like Nketiah will get some opportunities in the Premiership, for example. Like if either Martinelli or Jesus get injured and we have to sort of bring him in, he'll get his chances. The only problem is Arteta likes to play the 4-2-3-1 with one up top.
Yeah.
With Nketiah in the side, he can't do that. If you see, he's part of a front three. Yeah. Now, that's not that that's necessarily a bad thing, because I do like the 4-3-3. I think City are playing a 4-3-3. Brentford are playing a 4-3-3. So that's not necessarily the worst thing. If as long as he's in this system, he can thrive. But he wouldn't be of much use if it were the 4-2-3-1 that Arteta likes to play, and that's the worrying thing. I mean, a lot of people are saying that maybe Balogun would do a better job. He's on loan. He's doing well in France. I don't know, but we'll have to see about that.
I always thought Balogun looked the better striker, but comparing the two of them. But I suppose it's only one of them has really got Premier League minutes, so it's hard to really say. But Balogun looks very clinical to me. But again, could he be just like Nketiah if he got into the first team? And oh, come on, Vieira, mate, you had time. You should have lobbed it over the goalkeeper. That should have been two, Manny. I don't know if you've just seen that. Decent save from the goalkeeper.
Look.
He had so much time, mate. He's basically flicked off Marquinhos' leg. He took a touch too much, mate. I'm sure you'll agree. He took a touch too much. The goalkeeper's come close the angle. Bad. He was on his right foot as well. He was on his right foot.
Yeah, I mean that's always unfortunate. That's always unfortunate. But so I mean, hopefully, if Nketiah were to get some opportunities in the Premiership and then start to score a little bit more, then that would be fine. It's just that sometimes you see this celebration, yeah. You think, you arrogant sod. Let's see how well you can do in the next few games. And then against Tottenham and Newcastle, he drew blanks. And so that's one of the reasons.
Oh, it's true! Brilliant!
Oh yeah, who is it?
Fucking Rob Holding, bruv. Brilliant goal. What a cross from Vieira. Let me tell you right now. Vieira's got a left foot on him, bruv. He's got a cross. He's got. Yeah, he can pinpoint a pass, this Vieira. I'm telling you. I like this little kid. He's about 4 stone, but I like this Vieira. I'm telling you, Manny. Go on, boys. Let's let Manny catch back up. Rob Holding has scored, of all people. Unbelievably. It's 2-0 Arsenal. Good evening to Jahal. Guys, please get the likes on the video. I don't know what Bodo are complaining about now. What a ball in by Vieira. Bang! Oh! Delightful ball. I ain't seen someone that can pass a ball like that and take a corner, like, even though the corner didn't come to much at the start. He come out, he retrieved it back. Done the geezer. Not sure who the defender is. Sitting left-footed, of course, holding 2-0. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant goal, guys. Well done, Rob.
The reason why I'm not getting signal is because there might be some inclement weather where I am. So whenever there's inclement weather, the signal gets interrupted. Maybe it will clear, and once it clears, I'll be back. But I'll wait until.
As I said, it gave me a minute anyway. I've got. Oh, you had a goal. I had a goal. I've had a goal.
Yeah. And anyway, listen. I mean, this is terrific company. I've always wanted to meet you in person or have a sort of a stream with you, and it's good that we're together now. So
most definitely, yeah. So I've always noticed as well, Manny. I'm not going to say we'll go one-on-one later on in the stream, or I've noticed your knowledge is fantastic. It would be good if we could get some of the boys in, like, throw a few questions at us. Like, it doesn't have to be. I don't care if it's random at you, at me. I love it. I love the knowledge thing, the little knowledge games, test games, and I love it. So, and I'm probably sure you're probably more than up for it. So maybe at half time, guys, depending who's in the building. Throw some questions, mine and Manny's way, or maybe just want some straight opinions of how Arsenal are going to better this now. Like, we know we're sitting top of the table, we know we're sitting pretty in Europe. How vital is January? Do we need signings? Are we fine as the way we are? Will injuries cost us at the end of the somewhere between now and end of the season? Let's get your opinions in. This is what we're here for. You got Manny in the building. We've both got amazing knowledge. Guys, please get the likes on the video and let's fling the questions our way. Arsenal 2-0 up, 7 attempts, 0 to Bodo. Even though they are having a piece of possession now, playing a bit of halfway line football. Don't worry, Vieira and Nketiah are just waiting to steal this ball. I can see Vieira's got the eye of the tiger in him now. He's waiting now. Vieira's going to score tonight, Manny. CJ, the troll banter is cool. Thank you so much, CJ, for that. Thank you. I'm sure Manny appreciates that as well. Cheers, brother. Shout out to Jahal. Shout out to Linda. All up in the comments, as usual. Granite, the captain. Aha, Craig's in the building. What's good evening, mate? What's good? Can you believe that Haaland earns nearly... Right, mate, I've seen this just before I come on the stream. How true is Manny? I've heard he's getting 650, and then does it go up to 800 next season? Craig, actually, I got a tweet on it. It was a direct message. I hate doing this when I'm live, guys, but just since Craig has kind of reminded me, I want to look at something.
Oh, well, the news is that my TV's back now, so I will also check that out for you. Haaland salary at Man City.
Right. Erling Haaland is earning 900 a week at Man City. The 22-year-old's basic deal is in line with the highest earners at the club. However, the series of substantial guaranteed bonuses see his weekly wages in excess of 850 a week. It can't be money. It can't be money.
Yeah,
Manny, I know
look,
he's Haaland. I know he's going to
it's
score
Ma-
40. I
it's Manchester City. They've got money to burn. They rate Holland as the hottest person on the striker on the planet, and I said it in the chat yesterday. He's a goal machine. He keeps his motor clean. He's the hottest damn striker we've ever seen. He
yeah,
might shake us all
for
night
him.
long. If you know your ACDC, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Of course, of course. Haaland, will he stay at Man City for more than 2 seasons? I've heard he's got this kind of at the end of the second season. It's like if we don't like each other, we can go our own way. And apparently, it's 125 or 150 million. What do you think about this?
Well, here's the thing. I mean, a lot might hinge on City's future and Guardiola also on whether or not they can finally challenge for and win the Champions League. I know that in the season before last, they were in the final and lost to Thomas Tuchel's Chelsea.
Yes.
So Guardiola has won a few Champions Leagues, but they've all been with Barcelona. And this is always going to be a sticky point with Manchester City because they've never been able to win the European Cup. I believe they were UEFA Cup champions or Cup Winners' Cup champions back in the day, but this big prize has eluded them. And they're always going to be that team which they might always be earmarked, if you will, as the great pretenders rather than be contenders. So I would like to see for Haaland to stay. City really challenge for the league and for the Champions League and win this because that will possibly finally get them into that top club, those upper echelons, if you will, because Chelsea have now won it twice, Man United have won it twice, and of course, you have your other teams who've won it more times. That Liverpool 6 times and counting. So if they don't win the Champions League in these next 2 seasons, then not only might Guardiola be forced to leave, but I do believe that Haaland might decide, you know what, maybe it isn't worth it. It's not easy though because he grew up supporting City, and as you know, his dad Alf Inge was a City player. He also captained City for some time, so maybe there is some emotional attachment there. But again, it will sometimes, players will have to look at the bigger picture, i.e., what they want to accomplish. And the thing with City is that Premiership titles will be 2 a penny. It's the Champions League that they want, and they want to. They certainly don't want to have the likes of Liverpool and Chelsea taunting them, saying, "You've never won it and never will," and all of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm gonna hold on. Sorry, mate. My mate's just texted me. Right, where was I? I wanted to just answer this from CJ. See, CJ, but this is
there's a free kick right now. But go ahead.
I'm not gonna say new age football, mate. But if you ain't got a 22-man or 25-man squad, mate, and basically you've got 2 left backs, 2 right backs, 4 centre halves, 4 good central midfielders, 3 very good strikers, 4 very good wingers, a couple of good attacking midfielders. CJ, it seems you just don't win nothing no more. You have to have a big squad full of players ready. If someone ain't playing well, fuck off, get out, and everyone comes in. Arsenal still lack that a little bit, CJ, but I want to 11 to get in there again. I can certainly see that.
Yeah, and I think you should see now that Arsenal they've got a free kick right now.
Sorry.
Look at the free
Granite?
kick.
It's going to be Martinelli for me. No, it's Granite. Oh, fuck me. Good save, keeper.
Yep, a good save. I mean, granted, it was sort of in his sort of line, if you will, but he still had to tip it over. He wasn't going to take any chances. And it's a corner now.
It was right ahead of him, right in front of him. But yeah. He hit it well enough, though. I want all that money at Arsenal. Mate, tell me about it. Well, Abramovich did want to buy us, mate, but David Dean and the boys wasn't so sure. We eventually sold out to the Kronkers.
I call them the Crankies.
Haaland will leave Man City in the next 2 seasons. That's from Craig. See, I've got this sneaky feeling he will as well, Craig, and I think he's going to piss off to Madrid, then PSG, and then he's going to decide where he liked most, and probably, I don't know, go there and settle after that. After another 4 seasons of pissing around, perhaps then go and settle down somewhere. I think this guy's on the move.
Oh, he is. He is. Rolling Stone gathers no moss. Wherever he lays his hat, that will be his home.
Well,
and I know where your home is because you've laid your hats very nicely on the wall there.
But Manny, I don't believe he's upset at Man City. I don't believe, obviously, if he has got 800 grand a week, that he's short of a few quid. I think he's on a different football journey, if you like. I think he's going to go and test football in all the best leagues.
Yeah, a
I
bit
really
like
think he will.
Ronaldo in a way. A bit like Ronaldo, because I mean, speaking of Ronaldo, I mean, he had the most frustrating night for Manchester United tonight. But I mean, look, he's near the end of his career. I think
Yeah,
he's
what
going
happened
to get
over there?
out.
Obviously, I was out and about. What happened in the Man United game, Manny, brother?
Oh yeah, Ammonia took the lead.
Yep.
Yeah, that was Ammonia. I mean, think
Who
of
are they playing?
Ammonia and
Omonia Nicosia, sorry.
yeah, exactly. They
Yeah.
had, I think, a former U.S. international in their team, Mix Discarud, who was a part of their World Cup squad in 2010,
Uh-huh.
2014 rather, in Brazil, and they actually took the lead and were leading
Ooh.
half time 1-0. But Ten Hag made a
Yeah,
couple of substitutions, brought on Martial and Rashford. Rashford got two, Martial got the other. Ronaldo was huffing and puffing, but just couldn't get his name on the score sheet. And every time he'd miss, he'd go, "Why?"
Manny, you reminded me of something. Rashford, deeply linked with Arsenal Football Club yesterday, obviously at the end of the season, 12 months left of his contract. Fake news, anything in it, do you rate him as a footballer? There's my questions for you.
Oh well, he is he's got talent. Don't get me wrong. If you remember his displays for England in Euro 2016, and obviously now Ten Hag has got him
Hey,
back to
Nketiah's
being.
just robbed the guy. Hold on, sorry, mate. It's got to be free. Nketiah, you're lackluster. He should have passed that quicker for Martinelli. Did you see that? Sorry, man.
Yeah, I think I did, and
Terrible.
Bodo just got it
Right
back,
down the
and
right
you can
hand side,
see.
yeah.
Yeah,
Go on,
you can
Tommy.
see
Go
what
on,
they do
Tommy
with it.
boy. Go on, Tommy boy. Sorry, stepping into the centre there. Sorry, I don't know where you're at, brother. Sorry, I've just had to start screaming out. I do like it when Tommy gets involved. Shouts out
Oh,
to
me too,
everybody.
me too,
Rodney's
me
up
too.
in the stream. We have got
Yeah,
Linda. We've got Craig. Linda, my arm. My
yeah.
sprint removed
So
yesterday. Physio for the next 6-7 weeks. Jesus Christ, that's some deep news, man.
yeah, it is, it is, it is. And he and I were actually talking about that when I was doing my watch along with this kid called Hanno for his channel Coach's Corner. We were watching the Chelsea game, and I told him, Craig, listen, just again, take it easy, yeah. And Wagwan, brother, yeah, nothing
Yeah,
much, nothing much.
I held. I'd
I'm
waited for you. I waited for you until you just see it. There we go. I
yeah,
was waiting for you. You go on.
yeah.
You
So,
compare.
I mean, I've broken my share of bones as well. I've got this beautiful little scar over here on my right arm, and this was from an injury where I was riding my bike, yeah, and I fell down. And at the point of impact, my hand was on the bar, so the two forearm
Jesus,
bones, the ulnar and the radius, was snapped right over here at this point here. So it
Jesus,
was bent
Jesus.
like this. So they had to put plates in, and for the best part of about 6 to 8 weeks, I couldn't move this thing. It hurt like bilio. So all I'll say to you, Craig, is take it easy, mate. Don't do me
Craig's
and
asked the
Kenny.
question. It's interesting, but I don't believe it's for another 10 seasons. Honestly, that's not me, Craig. There's no funny jibe in that. I don't think. I think Pep is without wearing a tracksuit manager. If you like, he likes the bread and butter, brothers. I couldn't see that. Pep for Spain. Craig's asking, brother.
No. I don't think so because he, as you said, tracksuit manager, as you said, but he also seems to prefer the hustle and bustle of working with, the best talent day in and day out.
True.
If he wants to, and if the Spanish Federation are interested, he could possibly have the job as one of his last ones before calling it quits. But I don't know if it'll happen. I do believe that Luis Enrique is not really up to the job of managing the team.
Never do I never wanted him anywhere near Arsenal or anyone else when it comes to that. Rodney, big up. Cheers, Craig. Hope you are well, my friend. Of course, Rodney, I'm good, bro. Fantastic news. Wow, there's a name I ain't seen for a while. Look, Burka, real one. Jesus, what are you saying, my G? Who? Man United 1-3-2. Respect, Rodney. Manny did just literally cover that one for me. I did just ask. Danny boy, big up, big up, big up. The other guy as well. That's Manny, brother. Missed the first half. We're still in the first half, brother. We're 2-0 up, 40th minute.
Yeah, 40-10 is where I'm at now.
All right, wicked. So I was just exaggerating. I was just getting onto the 40th minute mark there, so I'm still about 20 behind. Lumbercap, absolute hero. Like always, lovely to have your company up on the channel. As you can see, we have Manny tonight. Been adopted the name. The sign is from some on the stream from Hazard, from UE. Some of the boys not in tonight. Hopefully they will join at halftime. That would be wonderful. We'll get a bit of UE banter in. and we'll get
yeah,
some.
that would be epic. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And
Definitely get some scientists talking with Hazard as well. Hazard's and everyone. Like, we just all love the game. We all love getting into it.
Oh yeah, looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. So back
where
to
do you see-
Rashford. Yeah,
Hold
back
on.
to
Here's
Rashford,
another one from Craig. We're going to start. Oh, sorry, Rashford. No. Let's finish Pep, and we're going to do Rashford if you don't mind, because we've got another one. How long would he be at Man City?
I think I said it. I think I said it. I think in these next 1 or 2 seasons, if he doesn't win the Champions League, I think the board might decide, look, Pep, you've taken us as far as you can take us. We're really sorry.
Who would they replace him with, though? Manny, I'm not saying I disagree with that. And they'll get the arsehole eventually. But who the hell on God's green earth are they going to replace Pep with right about now? Mikel Arteta?
Mate, if it means that Arteta leaves Arsenal, I'm all for it, to be frank. I mean, because here's the thing. As well as Arsenal...
Let's get on this petition right now. Craig's just started something right now. I want Pep in at Arsenal. Arteta, the genius, is going Man City, okay? We're going to do this deal, and we're doing it soon. If Pep doesn't win the Champions League the next season or two, we are taking Pep Guardiola to Arsenal Football Club, and Mikel Arteta is free to leave and join Man City. That's an exclusive from me and Manny tonight on Danny AFC TV, guys. Good evening. I hope all is well. Luca's in the building. Mr. Luca, big up. Will you say, my brother? Pep will probably go back to Barcelona. Hold on. That's an interesting one. I think PSG, right, I want to talk to you about this. We haven't answered Rashford yet, but I know I'm a nutter like this. PSG
I remember, don't worry about it.
Are only going to sign young French players, preferably Parisians, young Salibas of the world, the Camavingas. They don't want no more Galacticos. They want no more Neymars. In fact, word on road is a Hakimi and Neymar are more than free to leave the club. It's not a financial thing. They've now got a different way of thinking, PSG. Do you think the manager they took, I can't remember where it was, he done well at Lille, Montpellier, someone, bruvs, and they took a manager now, like not a Galactico style manager. They haven't gone and got Ancelotti, a Klopp or whatever. They've went and took this guy that kind of builds from the bottom. And I have heard Saliba, if he wasn't to sign a deal by the summer, yes, that is one of the people they do want. They want young French Parisians, and they don't want no one to be over a certain age no more, 24, 25. We know things can change, and things can change overnight in football. Yeah. But what do you think of this new going forward of the new way of going forward at PSG? Right?
Well, I mean, obviously, it sounds wonderful in theory. The only problem is, would those French players be more than happy to be on the bench in favour of the existing talent that's there? Because
would they? This is what we're saying. If Messi and Neymar was to leave by the end of the season,
yeah.
I know they took that kid from loan who I've been keeping my eye on, even though he's not getting no shine out there as far as what's his name? He sounds like Nketiah, brother. Can't help me out. Nketiah, in Akita. PSG on loan. He's on loan at PSG this season. Young striker, blew up in France last season. Newcastle had a bid accepted for him, £33 million, but he piss-balled them around for 4 weeks and then signed for PSG on loan.
Let me take a look and see. I'm trying to look and see where I can find the
update. It's Nketiah or something. Trust me. You can trust me. His name's Nketiah. It sounds like Nketiah, maybe. You can call him Nketiah if you like.
Yeah. I think it's the number 44, Hugo Ekitike.
There you go.
From Rennes.
Right, there you go. That's our boy.
So this is the guy you said that Newcastle wanted, yeah?
Yep, they got a £33 million bid accepted. He was the first. I heard Eddie Howe talking about him, like, and you could almost see the frustration after about 2 weeks. Like, I want to draw a line under this. We've made a really good offer to the player. He's 19. He's up and coming. Like, he should be subscribing to what I want to do here. And I started following it from the summer because of this. And eventually he's pissed off to PSG, which probably didn't help out Rems that much, on loan. I didn't get what was going on. But clearly, I reckon it's this. We want young French talent. Saliba could be next. Like, I'm not saying he's going to be if we don't get him on a new deal, though, brother. I'm telling you. This is the way forward. That Nketiah is going to be there for next season, I reckon. I think they're going to rid Neymar. Obviously, Mbappe, they want to build around him. But he is young and French, remember, brother?
Yeah, I agree. But here's the thing. They've got to do it strategically because, as you've mentioned, they're not going to let Mbappe go because Mbappe is, of course, French.
Oh, hold on 1 minute, mate. I think people, seriously, if you six money, I don't like cutting people, but I don't like people thinking I'm ignoring them. Any chance if I can join, is it your choice? Did you say? Was it your, what do you mean, mate? You want to just jump on the stream? I don't have a problem with that, mate. Do you know this geezer? Can you know Luca? You can.
Yeah,
You
I
can
do. I mean, yeah.
send me the link
If
if
he
you
wants
like.
to
No
join,
problem.
if he wants to join, let him come on. No big deal. But I'm just going to
No
talk
problem.
about the PSG issue right now, and
Yeah.
we will go back to Rashford maybe, because here's the thing: they're not going to let Mbappe go because he's French, yeah.
Yeah.
So if there's still some sort of a conflict between him and Neymar, then obviously the Brazilian will be told bye bye. And don't forget, in addition to Messi, they've also got Sergio Ramos, who is no spring chicken. He's not going to play for Spain in this World Cup, and his international career is over. It's
Yep.
Half time now, I think, and Arsenal are 2-0 up. So looking good so far.
It is, guys.
Nketiah
Yeah.
and
Sorry, I know we've just
Holding.
been talking. The knowledge got the better of us the last 7 minutes, but it is half
No, but
time.
mate,
Thank
listen.
you.
If it's any consolation, after the holding goal, we didn't miss too much. I mean, we had
Yeah,
the
it
free
was.
kick from Xhaka and a few more chances which went wide. Nothing really of note, and of course, in between, I lost transmission due to the weather, but it's all good. So they're going to keep Mbappe, but they've got Messi, they've got Ramos, and they've got a few other players. Their goalkeeper, Keylor Navas, definitely will want to leave. He'll be sold on. And the big question is, they've got Gianluigi Donnarumma in goal.
Yeah.
And Mike Maignan is currently first choice at AC Milan, although he didn't play last night. I think he was injured, so Tataru Sandu came on, and he had a torrid night. So if they want to build with more French talent, then that's perfectly the way to go. But they also have to decide which foreigners, if any, they'd want to keep, and maybe they'd impose a quota saying
Well,
no
I
more
reckon.
than maybe 4 or 5 in the entire squad, which is
Yeah.
the way I think people went about it. The question
But
is,
someone like Donnarumma that you
which
just mentioned, for me, is
yeah.
young enough to probably say, all right, cool, we can run with that. Not Sergio Ramos, as you pointed out.
Yeah, but
There's
here's the
going to
thing.
be,
I'm
yeah,
the
mate,
first.
they're not just going to rid 11 foreign people. We know this. We're not,
No,
none of us
no.
are silly. What
Yeah.
I'm saying is, though, yeah, Donnarumma's like 22, mate, as far as I know.
Yeah,
22, 23.
24, 25-ish, and
Oh,
I'll
really?
be
Okay.
honest with you. Yeah, and I'll be honest with you. I mean, everyone drools over him in Italy, and I know he was the winning goalkeeper at the Euros, but frankly, I don't rate him. I consider him to be a little bit too big and too lumbering. He doesn't move too well for a big bloke, not like our former goalkeeper, Emi Martinez. And he actually was at fault for the North Macedonian winner that knocked them out of qualification for the World Cup, and still has his moments. I mean, of late he seems to have improved. Italy have made the Nations League semi-finals, whatever. So as you said, they're not going to get rid of all their foreigners as long as they can do it on a gradual way. Then that's it's all well and good, and they can do that, and they can afford to do that, and that would be perfect. My issue is there might be an issue with some Frenchmen who might believe that they're being picked to picked for the squad will make them feel more entitled. And there's an Arsenal connection here, mate. You'll remember that AW was criticised for not fielding enough Englishmen in the squad, yeah?
Of course,
And
yep.
I believe it was Alan Pardew who pretty much tried to hammer him on that, saying, you can't call yourself an English club if you don't have too many Englishmen in the squad.
Yeah.
And AW said, it is racist to say that because we try to develop the squad holistically and we are not going to decide who gets to play based on their passport, if you know what I mean. Pardon, my apologies to any Frenchmen in the chat. That was awful.
Bro, I love it.
Please
I love
forgive
it.
me.
I do it myself all the time, as
Yeah.
you know. I love it. I love it.
Yeah,
I
I've heard you American. I've heard you Scottish. Your Scottish is hilarious, by the way. But
Whatever, eh?
yeah, so here's the thing. Coming back to what I want to say, I don't want there to be a situation like we had at Arsenal where the English boys that we have will feel as though, why should we be on the bench in favour of someone else? This is an English club. We are good enough, so we should be given more opportunities. And yet, I think aside from Ashley Cole and maybe Jack Wilshere and a few others, we haven't really had too many English boys break through into the first team and actually forge a career there. And then there's this issue that why should we pick an overrated Englishman ahead of a foreigner who has more heart and spirit, someone like a Kolo Toure or a Nwankwo Kanu, different positions I know, but you get the idea. So I don't want there to be any kind of a situation where there's sudden disharmony in the PSG squad. Because if certain French players will feel as though they're not getting their chance. So hopefully, as long as PSG play their cards right and do everything right, they're going to be just fine. And so I applaud them for that. And hopefully, if we can bring some more Englishmen into the team who consistently prove themselves, who will get more opportunities, that would be good. The only problem is, in the case of people like Joe Willock and Ainsley Maitland-Niles, and to some extent Alex Iwobi, we have people who start off well with great promise, and we hope for the best for them, and then we just hardly ever hear from them again. Maitland-Niles has gone to
Okay, well,
Southampton. I think
that means I now have to jump all over you. Literally, I have to grab your neck and be like, in a lovely, friendly way. I mean, Emil Smith Rowe, which way is this guy going to go, mate? And I'm being deadly serious. I'm worried about him. Injured or not.
No, mate.
Injured or not, I'm not sure how much
Yeah.
game time he's getting this season. I don't know.
No, here's the thing. Like, his injury obviously will need to be worked on, and if and when he becomes fit again, he might possibly he might stay beyond January because look, we can't afford to let him go on loan in January because
I'm saying this. Yeah? I reckon, Manny. Listen, we've got Odegaard, we've got Vieira. I reckon they're probably the groomed number 10s, let's say. Yeah?
You could say that, yeah.
I don't think Emil has been mad good on the left or right if he's ever popped up there. I don't know if really he deserves to be just pissed off to the left or right either. The question I'm basically asking, mate, does Emil Smith Rowe get in the team ahead of Odegaard and Vieira for you? And then in the number 10 shirt?
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. Odegaard, basically, because, he is, of course, captain, fantastic, so to speak, and Arteta won't leave him out. Vieira is also taking advantage of taking his chance as well. He's slotted in and has looked really, really good. Beautiful left foot, as you've mentioned. So I just don't see a way back for him. We will probably keep him beyond January because we're not going to send him out on loan once he just recovers from his injury.
Oh, no way. I don't think no club would do that. Official, your number 10 out on loan. I know a shirt number is not a big deal like it was 10 years ago, but if you send your number 10 out on loan, fuck me.
Mate, that number 10 started to lose all meaning when William Gallas had that, for crying out loud.
God. Do you know what? This is why you're on the stream, mate. This is why you're on the stream. Right, we're not going to forget Rashford. We're going to, just for 30 seconds, we're going to cover this one. Ben failing the drugs test. Like, I don't know. What's he playing with his missus' bits for? I don't know.
No, but here's the thing. I mean, like, you and I are both old enough to remember Ben versus Eubank. Yeah,
of course. Mate, I watched it live, mate.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah.
I was probably never into boxing too much at the time, although Bruno was a lovable rogue, if you will. I mean, who never loved Frank Bruno? But
sorry, I thought. Hold on, are we talking Bruno or Eubank? Eubank Ben here. Sorry.
No. But I just digressed a bit. I said I was never into boxing too much, but I've started to get involved, and obviously that fight over then was at that time a fight for the ages, and I think Eubank in an interview made it crystal clear afterwards that he didn't want to see any of his kids become boxers. So, for Eubank Jr. to try and follow in his footsteps, I'm not too sure that Chris would have been too happy about that. But then, children of boxers. I mean, maybe they're a bit too headstrong. I don't know. We'll have to see about that. But it sort of is what it is. And for him to fail a drugs test, well, that's just unprofessional right there. I don't know if the fight will get postponed.
It's been done. It's done. It's done.
He's only got himself to blame. I mean, if you're a professional sportsman, you've got to be careful what you put in your body, for crying out loud. Nothing is safe. I mean, whether it's a diuretic or any kind of substance, you are just not safe from anything, and you have got to be careful. It's as simple as that. And now back to Rashford. I rate him well. I actually rated him then, and I still think he's decent quality. I just don't know if he would necessarily fit the profile of the number 9 that we would like, because we've got Jesus, we've got Martinelli.
But you know what? I don't
would we bring him in ahead of Nketiah? That's the question. So
the problem.
I would have loved him. I would have. Yeah,
I think he's a better footballer than Nketiah. I think he's a better footballer than Nketiah.
Yeah, I would have had him when we had the chance. I would have thought that, I mean, last season, for example, he went off the boil. Yeah, so especially since that season we'd gotten rid of Aubameyang and still there were doubts over Nketiah. I would have said, if Rashford wants to have a new challenge, something to, get his fire going again, and maybe bring back the fire in him, I would have said, you know what, let's go for him. But since then, Nketiah got that new deal. We've got Jesus and Martinelli, and the rest is history. But you know what? Ten Hag has made it crystal clear that he values him and will give him his opportunity. He looks young and fresh, and from what I saw, he has that blistering turn of pace right now that Ronaldo doesn't have anymore. So it makes a lot more sense that he's starting ahead of Ronaldo, and I think CR7's days at Manchester United are pretty much done and dusted. He won't be here beyond this season, so it seems crystal clear that Rashford will now be staying at United, and I don't believe either Ten Hag or Rashford will be eager to leave.
Right, whoa. Because, hold on, just before we slip into a second, I'm sorry, hold on. I'm not even just trying to... I'm combining the question, sorry. We still need a third striker at the club, brother. We surely still need a third striker.
That we do. That we do. The only problem is, at what cost would we get Rashford? And don't get me wrong, I told you I
Yeah, I'm not
rate him.
saying be all and
He's been,
end all Rashford then. So like Arda Güler is someone that I've mentioned 100 times on this stream. I do believe he's got a £25 million buyout clause. I know it's risky, bros, but he's still played 2-3 games in Turkey this season. I think he's got 3 goals. He's young, he's 17. I'm not saying he's the be all and end all. I've just seen him a couple of times and he just looks like one of them, like a little slim little Vieira, someone that's really silky, skillful, a bit slippery, can piss around. Like, I don't mind the 17-year-old. Like, I'm not saying go and get me Osman at 100 mil. I'm actually not doing that. The unrealistic thing, the thing that ain't going to happen at Arsenal.
yeah, that's the thing. And you mentioned he's 17, right? So he'd fit Project Youth perfectly.
And I can't believe we ain't been over it more. And it's like we're waiting for him to have a big, good season this year and just wait till Man City or Liverpool go and attack him. Because I hear he's got a 25 million release clause, mate.
Ooh,
and that there for me is annoying. I'm not sure where Luca's gone, by the way. I think maybe 4. We were slightly.
No, but did you give him the link? Because once you send him the link,
no, I haven't said nothing. I haven't said nothing to him. I was just going to ask you to do it. I'm lazy. I was going to say you sent it to him.
Oh, you cheeky little bugger! All right. So what I do is I cut this, and I am going to head off.
That's why I couldn't be bothered a bit cutting it and all that. That's why I was like, "Oh, mate, you've asked me about an hour too late, really?" I was like, "I just thought, Manny, if you like him, I'll get him in." No, I'm joking.
Yeah. Listen, I'll get him in.
No problem. Let's try and get him in for a minute or two before the game kicks back off. Rodney, Manny are real ones. What about me?
Yeah, so I'm trying.
Right, it's definitely been working. In better shape, but screwed my shoulder, so I'll have to take a break till it recovers. Look, Bergkamp, so sorry to hear that. I must have missed something. Hope all is good. You are my real one. Just personal message me, brother. Danon's much behind. You're outside of the Emirates Stadium.
All right, so I can't seem to get him on Twitter, so I will send him this something right now.
No problem. Rodney, what's the matter? Good to see you in the chat, Linda. Linda's always in the bloody chat, mate. Linda doesn't take days off. Where the goals? Any good? Mate, I'll tell you what I like about both of the goals. Man, she's beautiful. KFC advertisement. Jesus. The goals, man, I like Vieira. I don't know. It's the way he swung it in from the corner or collecting it again when the corner flopped. And the first goal was pretty much set up by Vieira's beautiful pass to Martinelli. He shifted it out left. What the fuck? To Tierney. Tierney banged it on his left foot and Ketia got the rebound. Mate, decent goals. Yeah, I'm happy. Decent games. Decent goals. Decent game. You know, I'm not a lover of Europa League games. So I thought I'm definitely grabbing Manny in the stream today because if I start falling asleep watching the game, I'm going to chat to Manny about football. But that actually hasn't happened either. So it's been pleasant both ways. I'm chatting to Manny and I'm watching a decent game. Perfect.
Yeah, so even if there's an international watch along, because I love international football. If there's a watch along, you can call me for that too. Because
mate, I'll tell you what, I'm tempted just to give you the keys on international football. You can run down the ACTV. I'm telling you, don't upset no one. You can. I hate it, mate. It's like watching paint dry. You see it, Manny? I adore football. I can stay up. I could even have a cheeky little bet on a Brazilian game, an American game, sit there at half-1 with popcorn and a glass bottle of Coke. We should be drinking out half-1 in the morning, watching a live 90 minutes. I adore football. When it comes to international, mate, I find I get bored until it gets to knockout. And then like anything else, I start loving that. And then, shit, it's the World Cup finished. What do you mean? It only just started a minute ago. But I tend not to like group games and everything. And I've been like that all my life, man. It's like, I don't know. Am I just boring or...
No, mate.
Are them games just boring?
Yeah, look, different strokes for different folks. I completely understand. I mean, obviously, when it comes to international football, I mean, tournament football is where it's at for a lot of people. But you can't have a tournament without the qualifiers. I get that some friendlies have become can be a little bit boring at times. But as long as there's something on the line, and as long as you have teams who are willing to fight for it, I mean, I say go for it. I mean, whether it's the World Cup, whether it's the Euros, Copa America, AFCON, anything of the sort. Here's the thing. When people play for their country, they don't really get paid too often. So it's really about the patriotism and the passion that they have for the country. Sometimes for the clubs, when it comes to club football, it's very easy to see them play at their best because they know they're going to get a huge pay packet every week. With international football, sometimes you don't get that. It's all about, how you play for the country. How much heart you have. And with Italia 90, of course, we had Terry Butcher. You might remember that whole thing where his head was completely bloodied and all over. His shirt was bloodied, and he had that huge bandage, and blood was still coming out. And of course, in '98, when England played Italy in Rome, Paul Ince had the same thing. And Gazza said he looked like a pint of Guinness. That bugger loved his drink a bit too much, yeah? So, yeah, I've sent Luca the link on Instagram. Hopefully he will get in the join in, and he should be in backstage very soon, yeah? So, yeah,
You're on Instagram out here, yeah?
Yeah,
hey,
I
I'm
know
so
you're on
up to
Instagram.
date with social media. I'm rubbish. I do Twitter, and that's about it. I've sort of joined Facebook and I've joined TikTok. I just haven't put really pictures on the profile accounts and nothing. I've got some people following me, like with not even a picture. So when I start it up and it should kick off when I start up and running. I've just been terrible with it.
Yeah, just do whatever you want. I mean, all of these Arsenal accounts pretty much post Arsenal-related content anyway. So whatever goes, whatever pictures you want to load, by all means, perfect. Now,
Hey,
they've just kicked off right now.
But there's a fact, because I watched that fight. Eubank Watson. Eubank was never the same. He couldn't finish a guy the same, could he? Do you know what, mate? Because I loved Eubank. I was a massive Eubank fan. And after what happened with Watson, God forbid, in the Arsenal and Tottenham shorts, I do remember it. As fucked up as it was, I was a Eubank fan. He never could finish a guy quite the same. The Irish guys had done him as well after. But yeah, second half is up and running. Go on, sorry, Max, go on, take it away.
Yeah, now listen, was that McGuigan who played a fought against him? Are you talking about Eubank?
No, it was another Irish geezer. McGuigan would have been gone by that time. Can't remember his name. Eubank headbutted him, done a bit of a vicious headbutt when he knew he was basically losing the round.
Yeah.
Craig will probably come in and tell you the geezer's name in a minute. He was an Irish geezer, I'm certain of that.
Oh, yeah. Because I do remember watching Eubank Senior fight against a South African fella named Malinga. And that was a tough fight too. I think it went the distance, but Eubank won. And fighting back then, I mean, basically it was Eubank and Bruno, and then Lennox Lewis came back into the picture. For me, I loved watching Lennox Lewis. Wow.
But mate, why is this geezer putting the word rated or something in every... I thought it was read or something else for a minute, but what is this rated? Is everything he puts there is rated? Rated. Hi, my name is... I
have no idea who...
Look, there's another one. Look, rated. Should we have another look? Look, let's go up and down. Hold on, there's another one.
Yeah. So, by the way, earlier on in the game, you just missed it. Anyway, listen. There was an attack by Arsenal. It was in the Bodo penalty area, and I think there was a goal. There was a save from the keeper. I think Xhaka shot it, and he saved. It was saved by the keeper, and then it went out. So we're still attacking them, and Xhaka is still very much in the thick of it. It'll be interesting to see which subs Arteta will bring on. Because look, we're in such control. I really don't want to see him bring on any of the first teamers tonight. I don't care if
no way. I don't want to see Jesus for 15 minutes. I don't know. I want to see Nelson. I want to see who else we got on the bench, brother. Give me Matt Smith. I want to see Nelson, Matt Smith. Steve Collins. There you go. Hold you straight away. That's the Irish dude I'm talking about, Steve Collins.
Yeah, Steve Collins. Yeah, so.
Well, I think Eubank would have done over Collins if he had been the same and the correct Eubank pre-Michael Watson.
Yeah, so that's the thing. I mean, I don't know
if anyone else is a boxing fan, but I believe Craig knows exactly what I'm talking about. That. Sorry, back to the game, guys. But I do believe Craig knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so I just messaged Luca. He said he'd be coming on right now, so it's going to be.
Oh shit, he's there. Hold on a second, right, guys? It's a hat trick. I usually like nice streams all by myself, like a good old. Listen, let's now join today on the AFC TV. Let's have a bit of Luca. Another YouTuber out here. Good evening, mate.
How are you, man?
Bro, it's not too bad. What's good, man? How's everything? How's your channel? Self-admittedly, brother, my YouTube settings are way temperamental from my phone to my laptop, which is my Apple. And everything been Apple. I'm not the best with technology. I was even telling Manny, he put up the starting lineup on my screen earlier. Embarrassing, I said to him, mate, how'd you do that? I'm not a technology guy, guys. Do you know what I mean? I don't know technology. I don't do it. Do you know what I mean? So therefore, I don't know. When I was in your chat the other night, mate, I'm trying to write comments and like it's literally like nothing. It's like it just kept on asking me to sign in. So in the end, I just sat there and listened to it for a bit.
Right, you know don't worry about it. I'm live at 10 o'clock, so.
Oh, you're doing 10? I was gonna go back on at 10.
I've set my match reaction up already.
Huh?
I've already set up the match reaction.
You've already done it, yeah? No problem. All right.
Up, man.
No problem. I don't know if I'll do another one. Maybe I won't. I'll let you. No, I'm not sure. I'll let you have so cheeky. Or I'll just jump in a view. But Manny, go on. Where are we at with the game? Manny, I know is very passionate on the
Yeah,
old
we are.
commentating.
Yeah,
Where are we
we
at?
are at. Yeah, 49 minutes and 11 seconds is where I am. So hopefully, I know you're 20 seconds behind me, Danny. Luca, where are you right now?
49-26.
Oh, so
Bollocks.
you're 10 seconds ahead of me.
Right. See, I'm getting
You
young for this. Why is
cheeky
nothing?
little bugger.
I live right next to the
I
stadium
won't
as
say
well. None of that should
nothing.
make a
I won't
difference.
say nothing. I won't say nothing.
No, I mean that's the thing. I mean, normally the deal is that whatever happens, I give a reaction. I say you're either going to like this or you hate this, and then Danny sees it for himself.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. When you do a watch along, you want to be in sync with everyone so that you can do some commentary. But it is what it is. I can't
Yeah,
be
it's,
too
it's
bothered.
hard work,
And
innit? I've tried it with someone, but a couple of people before. It is hard work, guys.
yeah,
Luca,
so
YouTube. Anyway, before we get straight back into the game, YouTube world, how's it treating you, Luca? What's good? Like, as I said, to
Um,
be honest with you, you can have your boat, bros, but I
yeah,
didn't
all
really
good,
know
man.
your
All
channel.
good.
You know what I mean? I know that's a bit mad. I'm just a really honest fucking dude out here, innit? What's the
Yeah,
score?
all good, all good, all good, man. Yeah, I'm just trying to upload consistency. I put out a stream this afternoon. Got a stream at 10 o'clock. I've already put a match reaction out. And
Okay.
but yeah, and that's about it, really. What about
Are you
you?
in the manor? Are you in the manor? Are you from the manor, basically? Are you from, say, just thought
What?
I've seen you around, that's all. I mean, are you Islington, bros? Are you local to the Emirates?
No. About 1 hour away.
Oh, okay, fair enough, bros. I just thought I recognised you, honestly. Like, you're asking, you're looking at me like, hold on, were you a police officer? No, I'm certainly not a police officer. I thought I recognise you, Luca. I don't know. Anyway, go on, boys. What's good?
No, I'm good, man. Very comfortable performance, really. You know what I mean? It's just easy. I just think Nketiah has put in a good shift. He's tried. I think Vieira's had a good game.
I love the two passes. The pass obviously led up for the goal, and the cross for the Bodo attacking. The cross for the goal for holding. Beautiful.
The first goal.
I do love a left footer. I do love a gifted left foot. Let's say. I do love a gifted. Yo, I'm on the channel, bro. Go away. Sorry. Go away. Sorry, guys.
Call him after the
all
game.
good.
Most people know this. I'm pretty consistent myself. If it's an Arsenal game, don't call me in it. It's pretty much,
You know what's funny
it's
about my channel, right? Some people find it difficult to turn the notifications on my channel.
I don't know. I've never even asked people. See, again, I hardly even know about them, bro. See, I'm not a novice to the game, but I mean, I'm a novice to technology, bro. Like, when I threw out the last laptop because I thought that was letting me down on my last stream, I bought in an Apple. The Apple just blew my mind, like, because I thought, all right, let me get a really good Apple, and it's too much for me. Man. It's too much for me. It's too much for me. I'm going to beat it up.
Yeah, the thing about these Europa League games is, again, you cannot let your guard down. So, just watch
Bro,
this
it's
and you'll see
Bodo. We're
that
fine. It's
Now,
Bodo.
listen, it is Bodo, but that's the thing. These are the group stages. If and when we qualify as group winners or runners-up who win that playoff, that's when the real test begins. And I remember when Arteta came in, that loss to Olympiacos only 2-0. That was absolutely dreadful.
That was horrible. Was that the one when they scored in the last minute when Aubameyang missed that sitter?
Yeah. I'm not going to blame Aubameyang at all because look, he got us back into it, yeah? It was 1-1. And then they scored in the last minute. I actually blame Leno for making a pretty poor mistake.
And the fact making that back pass.
Yeah, and the fact that Aubameyang got himself into that position was wonderful. And I still firmly believe that, Aubameyang should... I mean, he was pretty much ill-treated by Arteta, played out of position during those first 1.5 seasons. And those were the seasons, Luca, when... I mean, second season, we should have won that Europa League, seeing how Villarreal were able to... we should have won it. And Aubameyang hits the post twice in the second leg. Within a minute. You take him off and you bring on Willian. Seriously?
Lumbercamp, sorry, yes, we still own Lumbercamp. We still own it's something about your name. We still own Ainsley, and yes, Reece Nelson, of course, he's on the bench. He's still on our books, mate. We do own both of them. Yes.
Yeah, Ainsley's at Southampton now, so he is playing in the centre of midfield. I think Hassan Huddle started him as a defender, but he's moved him into the centre. He seems to be okay and enjoying it. Ainsley, of course.
My channel is Luca AFC. Luca AFC. I will be live at 10 p.m. In about 45 minutes, 50 minutes to discuss about this game. So if you want to come on, much appreciated if you can. Whose name is Rodney Uplonka? Who put that?
Mate, I have no idea, but this geezer's been around for a while. But he's been doing something else tonight. I thought the word was something. I'm not even going to say what I thought the word was.
No, he mentioned it in the chat. Ratted is short for Rasklarted, and it's
Oh,
in
is
that
it?
Jamaican slang. Yeah, it's in that sort of Jamaican slang which I could never get.
Okay.
Whether it's Rasklat, Bomberclat,
I
Bloodclat,
thought I
all
would have
that
been down
crap.
with that, but it's rotted. I think it's rotted. It's. I thought it looked like or rated. I thought. Do you know what? Forget what I thought it was. I thought it was just X-rated. Okay, fuck it.
As long as it wasn't an F for farted, that's fine by me.
There you go. Rotted. Okay, there we go. So yes, it's Luca AFC. We've got Manny tonight. Manny, the scientist, as some people have named him on my channel. I think that's something to do with the whole knowledge thing. You know what I mean? Like he dusts it off. He loves to dust it off.
Yeah,
So guys,
because of
while
that,
we've got these two here, if you want to ask us any random questions, get the test of football knowledge. You've got me, Luca, Manny here.
Danny,
none of us are going to touch a phone.
mate, you're not going to like this. You're not going to like this. We're making a couple of substitutions right now, and you are not going to like this. I believe.
Mate, it better not be Jesus, and I don't want to see nothing like that. Jesus and Party.
I don't want any of that coming on.
Who is it? Like, where's Nwari tonight? You want to break records, you arse, Arteta? Like, seriously. Like, come on, man. Like bring Matt Smith on. Oh, fuck me. It's Odegaard, it's Saka, it's... Oh, Jesus.
Jesus, why are you bringing them on?
Oh, my God. It's Jesus, Odegaard, and Saka. Like, we're under fucking pressure. Oh, this is what I don't get. I don't get him.
Why are we bringing these on? We don't need...
I don't get this geezer. I don't get this geezer.
We're 2-0 up and we're playing very well. Yes, they're having the ball. I get that. But still, we're playing well.
That's
why are you bringing on Weston for Liverpool on Sunday? Get them
fresh.
fresh.
Do you know what? This geezer really annoys me, guys. I can't lie. He triggers the arsehole for me. That's just pissed me right off. Do you know what I mean?
I agree, man.
What's all that? Come on, guys. Like, there's no need for it, man. Like, what about some of these kids? When do they genuinely get a chance at the football club? They're getting one.
EFL Cup. EFL Cup. That answers your question. EFL Cup.
Saved by Matt Turner, man. You know what I mean? He's kept us in it, man. Big up.
Yep, I see that save. Good,
Smith
good right hand there.
is injured. Yeah, he is. Smith Rowe's out till the new year, mate. Someone said.
Linda's going to subscribe. Question to the panel, guys. This is what I like to see. Question to the panel. Do you think Arsenal after score... What? Do you think...
I think Arsenal have to score first against Liverpool, and the answer to your question, Craig, is yes, we must. Because that's the only way we get to put that team under pressure. And I think, didn't you mention it in your chat yesterday, Danny? I think you said it was either you or someone else who said...
No, it was Craig. It was Craig.
Yeah, and he's repeated the question. So if we score first, that would probably be the time we put them under pressure. And I'll tell you one thing. This Liverpool team can still score goals. They still have a decent midfield, but defensively, they are shambles. You know, Virgil van Dijk? I call him Dick Van Dyke now in Mary Poppins. You remember him dancing?
Right, you know, Virgil has been holding... Whoa, I like Virgil. See, Virgil's been holding things together for a minute. This is where I will aim more at the Robinson, more at the Trent. The attacking fullbacks, when they're doing well and everything is going nice and they're getting their 12 and 15 assists a season, it was all looking lovely, isn't it? Now Liverpool have lost about 20% in their midfield. The defence is under more pressure, guys. Well, Van Dijk can't do it alone. Trent and Robinson, I'm sorry, they're brilliant players, but they do piss off and go missing. And I don't know, like, who's their preferred partner to Van Dijk? Is it Matip? Is it Kanate? Because I tell you what, like, I feel it's a bit harsh when people start to mugging off just for me.
Why is it that Arteta is bringing Saka on and all these? Like, you need to give them a rest.
Mate, Saka's a guy that looks fatigued for me all the time.
He does. What if he gets injured tonight?
Mate, imagine.
Yeah.
Well, for me at that time, guys, I made the right decision for the club. We were under pressure at 2-0, so I made the right decision for the club. It will just say the ball.
Yeah, it's ironic. I mean, you know, it reminds me of Manchester United and those three subs all over again. So, listen, I do get your point where maybe with Mane gone and a few others gone, and a few others injured, you know, there's a bit too much pressure. But, you know, for Van Dijk to sort of, I mean, some of the mistakes he's made have not really been that good. And I also take your point that Trent has been pretty much out of it. maybe once Robertson and a few other people come back, the defense can have some solidity. But back to Craig's question. Defensively, Liverpool do have some problems, so this is going to be the best time to try and take advantage of them, especially if we can get in behind that defense, Martinelli and Jesus, and we can score. That's going to put the cat amongst the pigeons, as we would say. So, we do need to score first. And the other statistic that we cannot forget is that last season, our record is played 4, lost 3, drawn 1, but no goals scored, and 8 conceded. That is pitiful, and we need to set that record straight. So, preferably, if we can score first, we can put all those.
Can we beat Liverpool? Can we beat Liverpool? Because Liverpool are going to be going there with high intensity. That's how Jurgen Klopp's going to set out. He doesn't want to lose that game. They're 10 points off Man City.
Hey,
if they lose, they are out.
Luca. If they lose, they're bang in trouble, mate. I'm not saying like we should prepare ourselves for defeat. I'm just saying, not even doing an Eminem one, but I do believe the real Liverpool, for some reason, I just think they're going to stand up. And I think Saliba will have to be immense in this game. I think Thomas Partey and Xhaka have to do what they've been doing in midfield, or we're going to be in trouble. I'm not shook now of Liverpool's midfield.
I think it'll be a draw.
I've sort of said 2-2 again, but I've kind of gone 2-2 as well, Luca. I can't lie. The thing is, right now, the position we're in, the position they're in, we should be looking a bit bigger, guys. I don't know. Is there still a gulf in the gap? How big is the gulf? How much money has to be thrown at this? Signings in January. Like, certain gooners think it could be a left-footed centre-back we need. And I get it, yes. Is it more urgent a central midfielder, especially a more defensive one?
I think midfield's more important.
And I certainly think something, because I do think Saka is getting tired already. I can't believe he's coming on tonight. Martinelli can't do this for a full season, because he's such a high-energy player. I know Marquinhos has looked all right. I think Rafinha would have been a brilliant signing. But anyway, that's done. That's gone. Whether it's Mudryk, someone else, we need something on the wing, guys. And I do believe top 4 is there. It will be us.
I don't want Mudryk at Arsenal. People getting so overhyped up over this guy, this kid, thinking he's good. I want a proper winger like Neto. Yeah?
What, bruv? I'm not sure about him even this season. Hold on. You see the money we're talking about? Bro, they sold Morgan Gibbs-White at 42.5 million. So if you think they're going to give us a snip price at that geezer, do you know what I mean? It's not happening, brother. 42.5 million Morgan Gibbs-White. Do you get what I mean?
42.5 million to not Forest, who are at the bottom of the table right now.
But I'm just saying but Nottingham Forest still bought him for 42.5 million, right or wrong after a wrong-ass decision. I'm just saying Wolves are not going to feel pressure to sell a player unless he's minutes away from his contract finishing, in my opinion. And they're going to have a new manager in, and he's going to be most likely he'll be probably Portuguese or some sort of Portuguese descent, and he might give it a season or so with the new manager. I don't know. Neto's not for me, basically, Luca. Manny, I don't know. You told me, Manny. I'm not trying to shut that down. Manny, what's your thoughts on Neto?
He'd be good. And certainly if something were to happen to Saka or anyone else on the wing, he would certainly be a good signing.
Listen, the age is perfect. The age for me is perfect. Hold on, go on. Sorry, go on. Let me let you finish.
No, go ahead. You said the age is perfect.
The age is perfect for me. The age is perfect. He has got Premier League experience. Just any time I've personally seen him live, and again, guys, we know I watch a lot of football. I've never seen this nutty, like what I thought take him right now. Like often when I watch Wolves, I sit there watching Neves ping balls around, thinking, "Fuck me, he's got a brilliant right foot in a minute. Look at the way he just pings them balls around." And he done it even in central defence recently. I was watching him. Like he just gets the ball and he sprays it on the outside of his foot, like. I don't know. Maybe we're looking at different things, but Neves is brilliant. Neto's never. He's been a 7 out of 10 for me.
Look, he might be a 7, 8 out of 10 player, but I think he's a winger that we need a winger that's going to be upgrading Saka. I don't want any of these players like Mudryk, these overhyped players.
Can I ask you something then? Sorry, oh God, why would you do that to me as well? Can I ask you something? I know, and he's got a 6. We know he's an Arsenal fan. We know he's got a couple of months left on his contract. Take it away.
For me,
Wilfred. Yeah.
Sahar wouldn't be a bad thing. He wouldn't be a bad thing.
I know he doesn't fit into this age thing, bro, but
No.
listen, again, if you want to talk about taking a 50, 60 million pound risk on Neto or Mudryk, mate, I'm taking an Arsenal fan that screamed about playing European football.
Well, which winger would you take? Which winger would you take in January?
Money-wise, I'd explore the Zaha thing. Vieira used to manage Arsenal. He'll probably know Zaha's a fan. Would he directly stand in Zaha's way? Yes, he's not going to be mugged off by Arsenal. Like, can you give him to us for 50 quid on a Big Mac or something? But Vieira is an Arsenal man. Zaha is an Arsenal man. I honestly, I don't think Vieira would. I think Vieira would be pissed if he was going to Leicester, Liverpool, Aston Villa. I actually think Vieira would allow the move. And I think we'd get him quite cheap. And I'd go for it, yeah. I think that's the difference in top four, Luca, yeah. I think, yeah.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I mean, Crystal Palace actually have not really had the best season so far. A lot has been made of how Vieira's been able to shape the team to become a rather aggressive team that can give a lot of big teams a run for their money. But so far, they're just outside the relegation zone, so they're starting to struggle a little bit. And a lot might hinge on what happens this season. Because Zaha could potentially feel as though if Crystal Palace won't be able to progress too much higher, then maybe he will feel as though it will be time for him to move. But the way I look at it is that his loyalty to Crystal Palace will dictate that he might want to stay on for a bit and be a part of what's going on under Vieira. But then if things do start to continue to go a bit south and Palace struggle, I mean, what's the guarantee that Vieira might not be given his marching orders as the manager? So there's still a lot riding, and there's still many a slip between the
Most definitely, but even if Vieira was marched out the club now, Zaha's still an Arsenal fan, and he would still, if he thought he could get 80 grand a week at Arsenal, he's leaving Palace right now, even on a wage decree. Like, the guy wants to play for Arsenal, innit? I think we all know this, yeah?
Yeah, exactly, because Zaha wanted to come to Arsenal, right? But the trouble is, Arsenal don't want to end up buying him. That's the thing. And,
but, mate, he's available at the end of the season, so what? I don't know. Like, I don't know how realistic it sounds. You go to him and just say, listen, do you fancy Nate Lamar? Do you fancy Nelson? We'll give you, let's just do the swap. Like, let's do something. It can't be the hardest deal to get done. That's all I'm saying, Luke's.
Yeah, I get that, but would you take any other wingers apart from Zaha?
Mate, I think Mudryk, and I don't like. I'm not going to say Ukraine or any other country. I get scared of footballers from Holland, for instance. I'm not sure about buying from Serie A either. Holland particularly scares me. Let me just cut to the chase.
So that rules out Gakpo then, doesn't it? No Gakpo.
Yeah, that actually probably does rule out Gakpo for me. I'm shit scared of Gakpo. Do you know what I mean? I'm not sure about him at all. If you're talking about him as a 25 million risk, like he's not worth more than 25 mil for me, if that's what you're talking. Anything I've seen of him. But back to Mudryk, what I've liked about it, and I know it was Celtic respectively on the first day, I've actually liked what I've seen of him in the Champions League. 3 games, and I have watched all 3 games, to be honest with you. He's definitely fucking Shakhtar Donetsk's brightest asset.
I don't want players like that, because for me, like, how many times have we gone for players like that over the years? We need a proper statement winger. That's going to be. We've paid £72 million.
Statement winger, bros. We're looking at Vinny Jr., Real Madrid, but that's not going to happen. All right, who's a statement winger?
Like Neto is a statement.
That's, bros. The money is a statement. Fuck me.
Pay the money, mate. Pay the money. We've got money. It's this stupid American owner don't want to spend money. You know what I mean?
Mate, honestly,
Liverpool paid 75 million.
Luca. If Wolf said, you know what, bollocks, Luca, I'm doing a deal with you. I want 60 mil. Neto is yours. Are you doing 60 mil on Neto, bros? Honestly.
Probably not in January, but
hey, I don't care if it's fucking Christmas time. It could be with a feather duster. I'm asking you in the summer, Christmas, anytime you like, yeah? Are you doing £60 million of our budget on Neto?
No, I want at least 40, 50 million.
I don't know if they're going to do it at that. They're 42.5 more than Gibbs White. Don't know how much you rate that geezer, but you probably rate Neto a bit more than him.
I rate Neto. So
I love it. Manny!
At least he's being honest, yeah?
Who's a brilliant winger, Manny? Who's the game? I think me and Luke are on exactly the same page. Just as important for a central midfielder is for the football club. I think me and Luke clearly want a winger. Sorry?
Even if we don't get a winger in January, it's not the end of the world. We can technically get a winger in the summer. We just need that important central midfielder. Like Douglas Luiz we've been linked. I don't want Danilo from Brazil. Come on, man. Why are we going for names like that? We need to go for
Bro, apparently he's quite close to the Brazil squad this summer for Qatar. But all right, I know Fred could be as well.
He's
all right.
not that exciting big name, central midfield.
All right, no, he isn't. But he's a little battler from the clips I've seen and what I've been told. He's a little battler, a little snapper in the midfield. I think he's every bit as good as fucking Douglas Luiz, mate.
Yeah, here's the thing about Mudryk. Let me just chime in right now. I had the pleasure of watching him, play for the Ukraine during the Nations League matches, and certainly, when they played.
Brilliant! You like international football? Sorry, yeah, go on. Yeah.
So,
no, sorry, I'm just saying.
Yeah. So when they played Scotland in that Nations League decider to see who would top the group, Mudryk and Dubvik, the number 11, were probably their two best. Not him of all people. And guess who's? You're not going to like this, Danny. Sorry about that. You are not going to like this.
He's doing it to piss me off, isn't he? The geezer definitely knows me, Arteta. Arteta definitely knows me and my channel, doesn't he? He's doing it to annoy me, I'm sure of it. Go on, what's he doing now?
Yeah, you got 3 Arteta out guys in one stream, and I think he's, haunting us.
Is Luca Arteta out? Luca, man. Oh, God, look who's coming.
Yeah. You have to go and watch my channels. And
most definitely, brother. You might even have to invite me on the stream as well. But yes, I tell you what, I'm gonna clip a couple of bits, things that I find interesting from your last 3 streams. I'll clip them to you. I'm gonna go and have a look. Most definitely. I want to see a couple of other YouTubers. What it is, I drive myself mad looking at other. I don't even talk about like a league. Like what a waste, man. Do you know what I mean? I don't even want to get into AFTV. Screw them. Do you know what I mean? Like DT. Like
he's at the game again tonight.
Yeah.
Is he really?
Say that...
Yeah.
Who? What? DT is at this football game here.
Yeah.
Guys, I'll be back in a little while. What? I'll get my keys. I'll go down there. He's at this game today.
It's not. Don't get into a scrap with him. It's not worth it. I mean, look, it's not worth your time. I don't want anything to happen to you. Stay here in the comfort of your own home.
I was joking about the leaving right now, but I would love to see this geezer. Like, literally, like, obviously, I'm sure you don't know about my very first 2 months on my channel, but he was making comments on Twitter, which was kind of good for my Twitter at the time before it got banned for life and everything. But yeah.
Yeah,
all these people come at me very quickly and imagine I'm not good on technology. Within 6 weeks of making a channel, I had DT replying to me, sending me messages, asking me, was I personally a parodier? Am I a real Arsenal fan? It was actually nutty. And I've actually still got messages, screenshots. I've streamed the Football Terry. What a big waste, man, and a joke.
How do you get replies from them? Because they've all got blue ticks now.
So, excuse me, brother?
How do you manage to get them to reply back to you? Because they've got blue ticks now.
How do I reply them? How do I manage to? Because I've got this amazing thing, mate. I can annoy a geezer from afar. I'll pick up a microphone and I'll start talking about things that I think about could be happening in your life right now. I'll have a guess, and do you know what, mate? Guess what? 9 times out of 10, I get a reply, brother. That's what happens. I'm a cheeky little bastard.
At least now the Norwegians are making some substitutions with about 18.
I get replies from everyone I want, even if it's a good morning from Kevin Campbell. Bro, Kevin Campbell wished me happy birthday on my birthday. I was like, oh, what a legend.
You lucky bastard.
I swear to God, go look at my Twitter. Kevin Campbell wished me happy birthday.
I saw that. I think I saw that.
Thank you. Of course you did. Well, that's why people love me. Kevin loves me. I'm a bit controversial. I've got certain things that hang in my mouth that I love this geezer. Can I stream with him professionally? I'm on Sky Sports. You know what I mean? Like, people love me, guys. And I will get a reply from every single human being that I want a reply from. Do you believe that, Luca?
Oh, yeah,
who do you want to talk to, Luca? I'll connect you with him tomorrow. I'll just say, Luca said he's going to come round there and slap you straight in your face. What's going on? I'll get a reply, bro.
No,
Luca said he's going to save you.
Ask them if any of them want to do a collab with me.
Well, they definitely don't with me, but they'll definitely. Do you know what? To piss me off, do you know what? You'd get a couple of them saying, "Yes, mate, I do that," and I'm not even going to in the direction of a couple of them that would guaranteed do a stream with you.
Do you know Curtis Shaw?
I certainly do. I was behind. Me and him were rubbing shoulders trying to get into the Crystal Palace on the first game of the season, so I pushed past him and got through first. We
never contacted.
Kind of shit I do, innit?
He never contacted.
But he's all good. Now he's good. He's good. I've got nothing against him at all. I don't like the channel he represents, but I've got 0 against him. But just don't like the people.
Why don't you like the channel what he represents?
I don't know. You could ask people like Mo, who I've met Mo. I've took pictures with Mo personally on the street. Surprised we never done a stream together. But at the time when he got sacked for wearing a Free Palestine t-shirt, I kind of found that disgusting. He knowingly, Robbie, this is done a stream with a woman beater. I was buying the kit with him, and I was behind him in the line, and I was like, DT's smashing up his wife on a Friday. If we don't play well, he's going home and give her one. And then it started getting exposed a few months later, Luca. But Robbie didn't like it because I'm in the club shop behind him. I even said one day, do you know we used to do the kit launches all the time at 9 a.m. Yeah? So I see him the day before the kit launch. And I do swear this on my mother's life and my daughter's life. I walked up behind him, I touched him, it was in Finsbury Park. I was like, yo! Because I found out where they record as well. I'm a proper slippery little bastard, where they record. So I was just outside there smoking whatever one day, just outside the building.
Tony Adams statue.
No. I'm talking where they record, as in the building where AFTV is.
The studio.
Yeah. Huh?
Where is it? Trafalgar Square.
Finsbury Park.
Is that where it is?
Yep.
What, is there a building at Finsbury Park?
No, there's a rich woman. I think she had something to do with the geezer that died. What's his name?
Yeah.
Claude.
Claude.
Yeah, Claude.
Yeah. I'm not going to get mad into it, brother. Believe me, there's shit I know that people don't know. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, so I've walked up to him. I'm going to fling to the point. So I've seen him, and I've kind of grabbed him in the queue, and I was like, yo, see you at the kit launch tomorrow morning, innit? He never done a kit launch the next morning. Like, there's people really don't want to see me that bad. Do you know what I mean?
Is that where their studio is right now at Finsbury Park?
It most definitely was a couple of months ago. I haven't seen them. I'm going to be honest. I haven't seen them in a couple of months in the same road. Now, but then again, I'm a very busy person. And it's really trafficy there. I'm not going to start putting what road it is, blah, blah, blah. I believe it's owned by one woman, very rich girl, that had something to do with, not something to do with Claude, maybe rented a yard to Claude. As I said, I know certain things, innit? Certain things have probably been moved around because I've hotted this up about 6 months ago as well. So, yeah, that was around the time people like Curtis started coming in and Turkish started taking over a lot of things. And do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, one thing which I can say about the AFTV people is that, when you meet them the first time, they do seem to be nice guys, but most of them don't half spout a load of bollocks. And I also get the feeling that a large number of those people at AFTV seem to be, clout chasers most of the time. Certainly Troop springs to mind, and DT is another one. I'm going to tell you right now, if I ever see either of those two, I'm going to walk past them. Wouldn't give them the time of day. They're not worth it. And now back to Mudryk. He actually was doing quite well in that game between the Ukraine and Scotland, but I think eventually the Scottish defence were able to sort of wind him down. They set the offside trap beautifully, and there were so many offsides. It was scary. Huh?
Do you think we'll get anyone in January?
I'm coming to that. So Mudryk definitely.
I love it. I'm coming to it. You give me a minute, mate. Just chill out.
Yeah, exactly. You give me a minute. Don't interrupt my train of thought. Yeah. So he did look good, and of course, for Donetsk, he's certainly one of their main players. And Danny's. I've mentioned this to Danny on a few of his chats, so he can back me up on this. My biggest issue is, if by some chance, and this could be a possibility, if by some chance
they do well.
They end up qualifying from their group and go a bit further. Would they be willing to let Mudryk go, given that he would be pivotal to their chances?
Mate, this is Shakhtar Donetsk. With all respect,
I don't want this guy. I don't want this guy.
Yeah, Luke, you're pissing up the wrong tree because Luke only want him to say, mate, you can sell him to me as much as you want. I don't want him.
I don't want him. I want a proper winger, man. That's going to improve.
But I don't want Neto, though, Luca. As much as I love you, man, I don't want Neto either, mate. Not at that money, bro.
Him, Sahar. What about Trossard from Brighton?
Right, he's on a free at the end of the season, mate, and so is McAllister. Trust me, both of them on frees at the end of the season. Something maybe Harry Potter, we know he's not called Harry Potter, knew before he left Brighton and decided to go take... Huh?
You think McAllister's good?
Who?
You think McAllister's good?
McAllister's got a really good touch on it. I'm not saying he's Arsenal quality, but he's on a free transfer. He's a good footballer. And he's done a lot. He's done a lot to get where they are now, including Trossard. But I don't think one is actually better than the other. Go and ask a Brighton fan. And I do speak to
if he's good enough to be in the Argentina squad, I'll tell you right now, he is of decent quality, and he certainly would be a good option. Nketiah on his own.
I've never seen him in the Argentina squad, by the way, mate. I've never seen him in the Argentina. I know he's from Argentina. I've never seen him in the squad.
No, he has sort of broken in recently, and he's become quite. He's a member of the squad. He probably doesn't play very much, but he is a good option off the bench. And I actually must stand corrected. He's not from a Scottish dad. It's some other ancestors of his who came from Fife, who emigrated from Fife to Argentina. So it isn't his dad who's Scottish. It might be his grandfather or great-grandfather. I don't know. But with a name like McAllister, I mean, obviously, my memories of McAllister are the David Seaman penalty save in Euro '96, so not too bad.
Was that luck or a brilliant save?
I think it was a brilliant save. He got his left elbow into position quite perfectly. And
His left elbow into position quite perfectly, did you say? He got his left elbow into position quite perfectly, did you say?
No,
man?
here's the thing. Because if you take a look at the penalty again,
I have 150 times.
Yeah, so the idea for penalty is you want to sort of hit it in such a way where it's a little bit too high and the goalkeeper doesn't have too much of a chance to get it, yeah? So maybe it could have been sort of slightly off-center, which would have been in Seaman's territory. But, he did the right thing by making sure his hands were high enough. And when you get your hands high enough to make that, to be in a position, at least one out of 2 times you should be able to get it. It's a bit like the Jerzy Dudek save in Istanbul. After the first save, he got up, he got his hands high enough, and mercifully, Shevchenko bashed it against his left hand, and it went over the bar. So, I mean, it was good instinct. I mean, obviously, with some penalty saves, there will be some luck involved, don't get me wrong, but as a goalkeeper, you've got to do your bit. I mean, there are so many goalkeepers who just, they realize that, you know what, even if I dive the wrong way, I'm not going to be blamed for it. But
there you go.
Seaman was always wonderful with penalties, and it was just tragic.
And Attilio comes into mind. Guys, I don't like ignoring the chats. Give me 30 seconds. So what is Craig up to here? I told you I'm scared of players from Holland and Italy, so this one's interesting. I'm going to let Luca take this one away first of all.
I think Savage will be a very, very good signing.
Is he 27, Savage? How old is he?
Let me have a look.
I'm going to guess, because he's been around a while. Something's just said, Dan, no, he's 24. No, I'm going to say 27. He's been around a while.
He is 27.
He's what?
27. 27.
Yes, of course, Provs, because I said it, of course. So, Brandon, right, he's right in the prime of his life. Yes.
Yeah.
Lazio, it does ask me why haven't Juventus, AC Milan, or someone else took him already at 27, with all respect. I don't know. And again, for me, like I've quarreled with Luca about the price of of Neto. Yeah. I do believe Lazio don't want no chicken feed for this geezer. So again, I don't know. I'm again a bit unsure. If you're going to put mad money, I like Salcedo at Brighton. I like Ruben Neves. Just for his passing. And you know what? He puts in a shift as well. He's actually very industrial. He runs. He's not a lazy footballer. I've watched Neves live. I went Arsenal Wolves last season, which is another way of being able to watch a football, the way they hover in a centre circle and just do a very simple thing that other people can't do, though.
Yeah, so an Arsenal substitution, and Nketiah's going off, and it is your boy Reece Nelson coming on.
Reece.
This guy's been around for ages. Can't even get rid of him.
Bro, it's a bad thing, bro. When you look at some of the, like Morgan Gibbs-White, 42.5 million. If Liverpool sell
Dominic Solanke for
21 million, Jordan Ibe, 15. I love you, Luca. Jordan Ibe, 15 fucking million. Do you know what I mean? Ainsley Maitland-Niles, I'll give you a blowjob and a Big Mac meal. Do you know what I mean? It's the best you get him.
And Maitland-Niles is on loan, so
mate, I'm saying we wouldn't get more than a Big Mac meal for him. Literally, who's giving money for us like to him? Same as Nelson. They'll all leave on freeze, bro.
Nelson. The thing is with Reece Nelson, right? How much do you reckon he's going to be worth?
Not much for us, because I think he's actually at the end of his contract at the end of the season, huh? So he'll probably just on his natural thing, he'll go on a free, or Arteta will panic to do an Nketiah thing and offer him £100,000 a week and give him the number 13 shirt.
Oh, you won't do that. Oh no.
Hey, it happened last season with Nketiah, motherfucker.
Yeah, and I was not happy. I was fuming. And
well, wait, mate. If Nelson scores tonight in this last couple of minutes, don't be surprised if they're preparing £100,000 a week offer for him and a new shirt number. All right, mate?
Yeah.
Hey, Luca.
Hello.
I said that was me. I was literally over there preparing the contract for Nelson. Seriously, they're going to prepare a new. They're preparing it.
Right here, Reece Nelson breaking news.
Hello, mate. I'll tell you what. He's only had one touch of the ball, but I tell you what, I don't want to let him go on a free. So I tell you what, wrap it on an £85,000 a week free year deal, please. Yeah, cheers, thanks. Do you know what I mean? That's what's going on right now, Arsenal Football Club, guys. I can guarantee it's somewhere along the lines. We don't need a winger in January. We've got Reece fucking Nelson.
And it looks as though after Cherney went off, they put Tomiyasu on the left of all places.
3-0, Vieira.
You spoiler! You bastard.
Jesus assist.
Yep.
Oh, go on, there he goes, the boy. It's 100 grand a week on this. Oh, he's fucking shit.
And here's the thing. Here's another thing, though. Here's another thing.
Here's another
I'm going
thing.
to take a look at. Let me. Yeah, listen. So tonight he's actually been playing on the right as well as a left footer. So if Saka gets injured, why not put Vieira in that position? Sweet left foot can whip a good ball in. Why not?
Woo! Beautiful! Look at that! Vieira! I told you he's going to score money.
Jesus assist.
Oh, look at that!
Yes, you told me. You told me. I'm happy that he scored.
When I see the first 2 passes, I was like, mate, he's going to score tonight. Mate, I'm never fucking wrong. Thank you, Bodo. I'm never wrong, mate. I'm never wrong.
Yeah.
I'm never wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, so here's the thing. It makes me happy that Vieira's doing well, improving himself, because I know that you, Danny, and you, Luca, will remember the controversy surrounding this boy.
Hey, this is Luca.
A lot of people who were saying, how the hell can you even consider rating this boy and hyping him up based on 1 or 2 YouTube videos? And now he's come over here, and with the goal against Brentford and a goal against Bodo, he's proved that he's the real thing. So, I mean, maybe it's just a case of a really good eye for talent.
First very streams 2 years ago was my debut on YouTube, and one of my first very streams, I was aiming at Arteta already because of William Saliba. So, just saying, like, I could already see he was better than the Pablo blowjob of Amari. Like, you know what I mean? He had the luxury of taking him on loan, thought he was so good, he'd put money on his head, and then fucked him off by the next January. Like, I don't know. Like, there's a lot of things Arteta does that I see strange. Just like these substitutions tonight. I see him as a strange guy, okay? But then again, I'm talking to 2 people that I didn't factually know that are pretty much, they don't give one fuck about Arteta.
Oh, Reece Nelson's on the ball. Reece Nelson.
100 grand a week. Oh. Fucking 100 grand a week, you dickhead. You dickhead. That was almost 100 grand a week, you fucking Nketiah.
So
no, don't compare him to Nketiah. None of that, all right? He'll get another opportunity in the next 5 minutes, and if he takes it...
No, the comparison to Nketiah is he's getting a 5-year deal on 100 grand a week, mate. That's the comparison.
Yeah, he probably wanted to try. He just couldn't get a wrap his foot around it. But look, he's gotten into the position. He'll be fine.
The corner. Reece Nelson's taking the corner, mate. He might get an assist.
Big Reece! Big Reece! Oh!
Next Raheem Sterling.
Manny is a walking and talking Arsenal encyclopedia. Real talk. Rotted! Will grow on all real ones. Don't watch that. Of course he will. Most definitely. If we're still talking about Manny, I'm very sure he will. Welcome any real ones to the stream tonight. Please get a like on the video. You know what time of day it is. It's a Real Ones channel. This is the official Real Ones channel of Arsenal. We don't do no fakery here. We don't care if we got one person watching or one. It's realness. We don't beg for subscribers. We don't beg for super chats. We ain't league on a hashtag list going. Oi! We ain't that from Gabriel. People, I'm out. Where are you going, Craig?
You know what? Danny gets smashed again, especially after last night's stream. You know, the worst part is, Danny, I mean, I actually fell asleep.
What are you talking about, man? Brother, you told me about the Little Woods Cup. I swear it was called the Coca-Cola by then. Like, anyway, it was the Milk Cup, Worthington, Worthless, Caravan. Bro, it's the trophy.
Rumbelows.
Who?
No, it was called the Rumbelows Cup in the early 90s.
Fucking Rumbelows. There's another one. Just say I remember that. Rumba fucking Lows. What do they do? Sell fucking fridges. Rumbelows. What the fuck is that? What's a Rumbelo?
I never heard of it.
What the fuck is a Rumbelo? I do remember it though,
back in the day. I think they sold some appliances. It might have been fridges or...
Yeah, fuck it. There you go. Fucking they sell fridges. What did I say?
I mean, it could have been the Woolworths Cup and it would have been nice. Yeah, it was an electrical and electronics dealer in the UK that once rivaled Curry's, Dixon's and Comet. So it was big back then. They sold, obviously, you know, TV sets and what have you. And I don't know about the fridges thing. Yeah, it was...
Wow,
yeah.
I love it.
So...
Rumbelows, Littlewoods, Worthington, Milk.
Yeah.
caravan or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's
I
it
mean,
called
why
now?
would you?
Hold on.
Yeah,
What's it
why
called
not?
right
You're
now?
absolutely right. Why would we bring on Jesus? We didn't need to be saved for
No.
crying out loud.
But Vieira wouldn't have scored. So
I know, like, it's unreal. But all right, I get it. But he would have scored. He would have found a way because I said it was going to happen. But he would have, I don't get. I just don't get it. I don't get it.
And that's another thing I really can't tolerate about Arteta. You know
thank you,
this. He
Linda,
tries to
man.
be
You're
too
live
good.
in 10 minutes, Linda. Thank you very much.
We're going to jump over to Lupo.
Any of you guys are free to come on my channel? Or
So,
I can, bros. I can.
yeah, you can, man.
Yeah, man. I can bounce straight on, man. I can bounce straight on.
I'll send you the link on your Twitter if you want.
Huh?
Have you got Twitter?
Yeah, man.
What's your Twitter?
Obviously, if we've got bros, I swear I've messaged you. Go and just dash it on Twitter, man.
All right.
The phone is here.
oh, by the way, speaking of social media, Luke, I've been watching your stories. You've been hitting the gym quite a lot, haven't you, son?
Yeah.
Still need to get a bit more meat on your bones. Eat more chicken.
I do, man. I do. Look.
Oh yeah, I prime Fabio Vieira. I'm joking. He's bigger than Fabio Vieira already. He's bigger than Fabio.
People saying I look like Vieira.
Oh, is that so? That wasn't a first then. Jesus Christ! Woo! Yeah. There you go. I mean,
Vieira,
you're bigger than him. You're bigger than him. So Johnny Danny went straight to the gym. He went, right, you know what? I'm gonna fucking train. Right, I'm bigger than Vieira, mate. Guys, we are done here almost though. That's it. 3-0. Job done.
Yeah, so how many minutes of added time are we going to get? That's the question. Bodo in our penalty area right now. There could be a last-minute sting in the tail. Ooh!
They're pushing for a consolation.
Well, let me just say that if people had doubts about Matt Turner being able to save some shots, they've been
Yeah, but the way Matt Turner saved it. Yeah, but you look the way Matt.
He scares the fuck out of me, guys. I don't like it. Fucking.
You look the way he saved it, though.
Yeah, he saved it well. He saved it. That's what I'm saying. I mean, he saved it. He did a good enough job.
He's
and I think
well
the reason why it squirmed out of him was because I think he was under pressure. A lot of these
he's a liability, bro.
Just come right
in. He's a liability. I don't like this geezer. He's a liability, bro. No way.
Yeah, I mean, you just take a look at him. I mean, he only looks marginally stronger than Luca, I would say. Thin sort of.
You're saying I'm weak.
I back Luca.
I've seen your photos.
I back Luca over Turner.
What? You're saying I'm weak?
I'm saying you're slim. All right, pipe down. I'm saying you're slim. Pipe down.
Slim Shady.
And holding sort of,
sort of
semi or acrobatically clearing that away. So yeah, decent job. And there were 3 minutes of added on time. 2 minutes have been played. Last minute goal. Let's see what happens.
Reece Nelson.
Oh, I missed. Jesus, again. Jesus. Reece Nelson missed again. Oh.
Now, listen, if Nketiah can get as many chances as he has, I'm sure Nelson will. So, yeah.
20 seconds to go. Looks like 3-0, man.
Yeah, guys.
I do like the graphics they've got. I mean, next to the team names, you can see the the kit colors: red shirt, white shorts, and of course, Bodo are the second yellow submarine we've encountered in Europa. The other one being Villarreal, of course.
Full time.
Yeah.
Full time 3-0, man.
Yeah, slightly behind me, but yeah, we're done, guys. 3-0 to the Arsenal.
Yeah.
Was there any surprise? Who's man of match, Manny?
To me, it has to,
of course.
I'm going to go with Tierney as man of the match because when he was on, he had that assist obviously for Nketiah's goal, bombing down the left and played quite beautifully, and he certainly looked to be the person, one of the few people who would really lend some impetus to the attack. It was just unfortunate that he was yanked off in favour of Ben White. I thought he looked amazing, and Tomiyasu, of course, looked good going forward. Probably didn't lend too much in terms of being able to tackle per se, but I thought defensively he was solid. Turner, for the most part, didn't really look troubled. And this guy over here, Vieira, telling you right now, he's got a sweet left foot. He's
Most
played on
definitely.
the right wing. He's played on the right wing tonight. So there is a part of me that thinks that he could, if Saka needs to be rested, slot in that area and do a decent job. He could be. I'm not
Bro,
saying
I
that he
said
will
on
be.
when he first signed for the club, I did say to a lot of the real ones on this stream, you know I don't lie, I'm pretty straight up with it. I said I don't think this guy's going to be a number 10 at the club because of Emil Smith Rowe and Odegaard, and he's going to be a right winger this season. A lot of people disagreed with me.
I think my man in the match would have to be Kieran Tierney, in my opinion. I think he was really good. He put in a very good shift, especially I like the first goal from the shot came off deflection from Eddie Nketiah. I thought Vieira played all right. I thought he did.
I'm personally going to go with Vieira. Sorry, come straight back to I'm going to personally go with. I'm going to mix it myself. You've both gone with Tierney. I'm going to personally go with Vieira. I don't think after just two 90-minute performances from the Skeezer, you can actually ask much more from him. Assist and goal wise, I think he's been fantastic. So I'm going to just slightly give it to Vieira, just for that. Just because he's only played a couple of games for us.
Fair enough. I mean, he looks as if he's getting better, and I think it's fair to say that all of the doubts that people have had over him have been quashed so far. That Brentford goal and game that he had was certainly no fluke.
Definitely.
Sweet left foot.
Most definitely.
Left foot.
Guys, I've got to bounce, so thank you very much for being me part of the watch along. If you two want to come on, I'll drop the link in the chat.
No problem.
Again, so I've got
give me 10 minutes, brother, just to sort myself out, and I'm more than glad.
I'm going to drop the link so anyone can come on. There's no
fantastic. Safe, brother. Luca, been a pleasure, man. Luca, been a pleasure. See you in about 10.
Subscribe to my channel, Luca AFC. We're live in 5 minutes. If any of you guys in the chat want to come and join, I'll drop the link tonight, and we can have our say about the game and a fan call. So I'll see you in a bit here.
Respect, Luca.
Cheers.
Nice one, yeah.
Grazie mille. Buonanotte.
See you later, man.
He's with a name like Luca Quarter. I know he's Italian, so I have to drop that in.
I'm a grande porco dio. I don't know he's Italian. Oh, shit. Porco dio.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, so. I love it. Manny, we will have to do this again. I think, Manny, do you know what I want to do with you next? What I want to do, that sounds disgusting. Do you know what I want to do with you next, Manny?
Yeah.
I want to do not a watch along. Me and you are well too good for watch alongs. I don't watch along, but we're way too good. I want to do a video talking Arsenal, probably from '89 all the way through to current day. Your knowledge is crazy, so I want to. What do you think? Like, I don't know. What do you want to do?
Yeah, well, here's the thing. Let me just lay it on the line for you right now. Yeah, I mean, I only started following Arsenal from 1991 onwards, so I wouldn't know much about the.
But we can start. Hold on, wait. Perfect. We start in 91. 96 was when Wenger took over, so we start around then.
Yeah, mate, listen, let me just say something right now. I mean, you talk about my knowledge. I mean, I'd like to think I'm on the pulse of Arsenal. I do, I like to learn a lot about the history and obviously the great players who were there and some of the great moments. I started following them in 1991. That time I was living in the UK. 92, after that, we actually moved. So we never had the opportunity then, living overseas, to follow football back in England, unless it was in a review show of sorts. We couldn't see them live. And there's so much that went on during that interim period when Arsene joined. Before he joined, even when there was the troubles with Bruce Rioch and obviously George Graham, his acrimonious exit and so forth. So I really only was able to follow Arsenal through the papers. So listen, if you want to talk about the history, if you want to teach me something more about it, by all means, let's do it. I'm just going to tell you right now, I will contribute whatever I can to the conversation, yeah? But I think
you'll be better than you would imagine, Manny. I'm just going to go with a feeling and everything I've heard you talk about. So, yeah, what I'll do is I want to bring it forward a few years. I want to talk the Wenger years. I want to talk the Wenger years. We're going to talk Wenger years, okay? That's what we're going to call it. Me and Manny are going to talk Wenger years, if you like.
Yeah, perfect. Perfect. Because, listen, I've mentioned Del Boy. I mean, I go on his call-in shows very, very often. I mean, practically every time, really. I know that he was on another fan channel doing a preview for the Arsenal-Liverpool game. I don't know if he's going to do a call-in tonight because it might be a bit too late for him. But
when you say
he
calling,
also...
what do you mean? They actually do like phoning?
No, mate, the idea is they stick the link in the chat, yeah? And you just click the link, the StreamYard link, just like this one. You come backstage, he brings you on, you have your say, you're a part of the crack. That's the bleeding story, as he would say. And
That's a fucking fantastic idea. Manny, man, I wish I've got I need to get my knowledge, not up on Arsenal. I need to get my knowledge up on this the technology, what you can do on StreamYard, what you can't do. Remember, I'm premium and everything, so I expect a lot more than probably what I'm getting and doing.
No, mate, listen. What I did over here with the share screen thing, I mean, it's actually really easy. If you look down the bottom of the screen, you should see these 5 icons: mute, stop cam, settings, present, and leave studio. Now,
hold on, whoa, let's stop right there. Wait. Say it again. Settings. Yeah, go on. Yeah.
Mute, stop cam.
Yep.
Settings.
Yep.
And then share screen, and then leave studio. Now that red cross.
No, hold on. I ain't got share screen. I've got present.
Yeah, I think they've changed the name. So you click that icon, and then you have the option of whether or not you want to share your screen. So you just click it, and then you will see. You just click it, and there will be 3 lines that come up: slides, video, file, present screen.
Yeah.
Yep. You click present screen. Present screen. And then you'll see that the screen will go semi-dark. You'll see screen sharing tips, share screen. Just click that button. And then when you see that window which says entire screen, you click that, Just click this and click share. And then you can pretty much show people whatever thing you want. I don't know if I can do it right now, but I mean,
I just had a little whack at it myself. I just had a little whack. I don't know what the hell just come up in front of me, but I just as you were speaking through it, I was doing it.
But the best
so what do I do though to get the? How do I? This is really a never silly question. So like tonight's lineup, see, a lot of the things I deal with on my phone, I need my laptop to become my phone. Like I don't know how do I explain that? Because I won't have to.
If you're using your laptop, it's a lot better because sometimes, if your phone is not really advanced, I've tried using StreamYard on my phone, hasn't worked at all. It has to be, if it's an iPhone especially, it has to be the most recent version. Otherwise, StreamYard doesn't work at all. So,
I got 13 Pro and it's been fantastic every time with StreamYard. Fantastic.
That's good. That's good. But here's the thing: if you want to share anything on StreamYard, the tabs have to be open at the same time. So, like I said, you just click present. Then present screen. You see this window which says screen sharing tips, easy with 2 monitors, best on a good computer, blah blah blah.
But how do I get tonight's lineup though, Manny? I get that bit. Sorry, like where's that going to be? Where's that going to be? Like,
no, listen. The lineup is actually on the BBC Sport website.
So that means I've got to have a okay. Is that still on my laptop? Do I get sorry. Before my stream, do I get my because it comes out a little bit before you stream and go like you mean just get all your pictures and everything ready that you want and then they will be already on the laptop. Okay.
Exactly. Like
if you want to prepare that's exactly what I was trying to get at, the whole time.
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly what.
So that's the idea. You sort of prepare beforehand, like I know you don't like me mentioning his name, and frankly, I mean, I don't really watch him very much. I only watch him because I know a couple of his mates very well, Jez Collins and Kenny Ken, 2 top-class guys.
No, I'm fine with them boys. I'm absolutely fine. I'm just, I only just, there's absolutely, there's no beef. No, there's none.
Yeah. I know the Gunner's not everyone's cup of tea, and sometimes he can be a little bit abrasive, but it is what it is. But he always has this thing where he clicks the share screen icon or the present icon, and he's able to share all of these web pages. So whatever you want to say, whatever you want to show, you get your things up beforehand. So I go to BBC Sport, I click the live link, which will have all of the the team news, the lineups ready. Just keep them ready, and then when it's time to share them, you'll just go straight to the tab, and that will be seen by everyone. And Bob's your uncle.
Fucking the man. Do you know what, Manny? I'd love to meet you personally. Like, you could probably show me about 4. Like, man. Do you know what? Thank you, innit? Like, also like, humbly as well. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. There's certain things that just baff me. Like, how do these YouTubers do that? Are they on a bit of? Are they paying more money than me? And I'm like on the top of everything, bros. It was bros. I'm driving myself mad. and I've got a banging apple. You'd be like, shit, is this what you're dealing with? Oh my god,
Yeah,
my son, let me just show you for 5 minutes. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh fuck, thank you, innit?
no, you're
Respect.
welcome, mate. You're
And I
welcome. I'm
don't
glad that
sun
I was able.
I don't sun myself very often, you know. Like, son, let me just show you. Like, oh
Yeah, I
wow,
get
thank
that.
you.
I get that. I get that. And listen, you're most welcome. I'm really glad we're able to do this. And obviously, after bringing on your mate last night with the other Palestine T-shirt, I thought
Hazard's
obviously I
a
have
real
to
G.
come.
That's a guy that he's a real G,
Yeah,
brother.
yeah,
You'll love that guy.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
so's Easy, one of my childhood friends as well. You'll see Easy, a guy I talk
Yeah,
about a lot on the stream.
absolutely, absolutely. And we were supposed to do the watch along for the PSV game, but if that invitation is still available, let me come back on. Yeah.
Mate, absolutely. If you want to make Thursday nights your night, absolutely. You could do every Europa League game with you this season. Manny, you've been a fucking legend. What else can I say? Sorry, and I know you don't probably,
One legend to
you've not
another.
sworn
Love you,
at
brother.
all. But you ain't sworn at all. I will curb my mouth. I want to do the best for my channel, but I'm a passionate chef, by the way. Oh, I think you know this. We were talking about not jalfrezi. What was you talking about in the oven?
What?
Bros, we were talking some food one night. I know we was live on the
Oh yeah,
stream.
yeah. Listen, we're just talking about the Middle Eastern food you like. Obviously, you're a big fan of your chip butties or your chip pitas, if you will. You obviously don't prefer the tahini sauce or the garlic mayonnaise. I don't know if you do.
No, none of that. None
Just
of that.
plain
I don't
stuff.
like mayonnaise.
And of course, being a vegetarian, you avoid meat like the plague. I've actually been munching on chicken right now, and
You
sort of.
animal. You
I
animal.
get I get hungry about this time, yeah. And I
Yeah,
tell
that's
you one
wicked.
thing: if you don't have a gym and you do your press ups very often, and you want to keep yourself in good shape, I often find that with strength training you need to have your protein. So you can't go wrong with some Arabian style barbecue chicken. Any good protein, any sort of protein would be terrific. Now there's a question here: did you have the chance
Yeah,
to watch the stream back from
I
last night?
know, I know.
So
I was coming to it. That's why I left it there. I was coming to it. Yeah, mate. After a couple of hours, it went pear shaped, brother. I'm gonna apologise because it seemed to be let's all piss on Craig evening for a minute. Yeah, Yui and Hazard was on to you a little piece, mate. You do give it as large as them as well sometimes, but I don't want to just. I want to drop the animosity and the beef. Like my channel ain't here for people to be coming on having personal spats and rants. Like, yeah, the Worthington thing, yeah, I overreacted. I swear it was Coca-Cola the year after. Mate, that piss. Like, mate, you're telling me, your comment was all Arsenal fans should know this. I was like, mate, I know who won us the competition. I was at the fucking game. The sponsor of the tournament, mate, I couldn't give a fuck, to be honest with you, but that's what I mean. Like, I think we got our wires crossed in. I couldn't give a fuck who sponsored the tournament. It's the third tournament in England. We know the FA Cup. We know the Championship. It's a third cup, okay? I want to drop it because we're both better than that. So I hope you appreciate that, innit? That's all I can say.
yeah, I mean, let me tell you one thing. Oh yeah, Steve Nicol hates Arsenal on ESPN because he
Most
hates us
definitely.
after.
I do watch a bit of ESPN. Fuck me, him, Shaka Hislop. Fucking hell.
Oh, I love Shaka, and of course you can't forget that other big lug, Craig Burley. There's a
Click
picture of him,
Burnley.
of course.
Fuck me. I forgot about him. Whatever.
Yeah, the Wikipedia picture where he's standing there with his two front teeth out. Yeah, I'm so glad that he got them fitted back in after his playing days were over.
Fucking legend. Looks like Chelsea drew the short straw, ended up with Sterling rather than Jesus. Did Tottenham get the short straw or Charlison over Jesus?
Hard to
Manny,
say.
say
Hard to
rotted.
say.
Manny, say rotted for me.
Okay, ratted, rasclatted, bomber clatted. Yeah, I'll be
Brilliant.
honest. I've learnt that stuff from Troops, but watching him. But I tell you, I'm still not too fond of the geezer. I mean, whether it's his disrespect of the Queen or the way he sometimes talks a lot about other people, it's as if this whole AFTV thing. Yeah, if you do your thing, and someone may possibly take exception with you. You take it as constructive criticism. You don't go on Instagram Live and then just go ranting at them and saying, you know, you're this, you're that, whatever. And I mean, I don't want to talk about it anymore. And it's
Yeah,
I'm just
that's
glad that
it.
I'm not a part of that And the best part about people like you and Del Boy and a few others is that you're not in that actual mainstream, if you will, but that's why we can keep it real and talk about whatever we want to. We're sort of under the surface, but people at least can recognize us as people who have a lot to say, and
Or
I'm happy
people
to
that
be part
talk
of this.
bollocks and don't talk bollocks, sorry to say. Absolute. Do you know what I mean?
Oh
People
yeah,
that talk
yeah, yeah,
bollocks and don't talk.
absolutely,
Right.
absolutely.
Are you joining Lucas stream, Manny? Just asking.
No, I'm actually feeling a little bit knackered, and I might need to sleep. Got an early day tomorrow, but
No problem.
I don't know if
He actually hasn't sent me the link, so no problem. Yeah, sure,
no,
send me the link.
he might send you the link on Twitter once you've followed each other, and I'm actually sort of going to go to sleep because yeah, I'm a little bit tired and it's quite late. But listen, I mean, as you said, Thursday nights, it's a date. You
Perfect.
call, I come running.
No problem. No problem.
Yeah.
It's not even like that. Absolutely fantastic. Manny, you have been a legend. You've been a superhero. I'm going to listen to a little bit of what Joe Cole and Martin Keown are saying about this game on the BT Sports analysis. Shouts out to Craig, to Linda, to Rodney, to Luca, to Hazard, to just anyone that's been on the stream tonight. Absolute legends. Respect to you, Luke Bergkamp, of course. I can't remember every single person that's been here, guys, but please hit the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if you're new. You will be having a new guy on your channel, on our channel, our family channel, our Real Ones channel. Manny will be with us on Thursday evenings. I think we've kind of settled that. And is there another comment here for us? Question for you both. Have you seen that Damari film on Netflix? No, I haven't.
No, mate, I don't have a Netflix account, so I haven't really bothered with that stuff. And yeah, my last word to you, of course, Craig, is mate, once again, take it easy. A broken arm is no excuse. Just take it easy, let it heal. Don't be frustrated. I know it's easy to get frustrated, but once everything heals, you will be back to normal. Take it from someone who's had his arm snapped. It's not easy, but it will heal, and I promise you, it will get better. Yeah. Much love always.
Respect,
because every
Craig.
stream,
Respect to
every stream I grow, he's on that stream too. It's like we're joined at the hip, or we're each other's shadows. So love this bloke a great deal. I really do.
Respect. Absolutely love it. Guys, on that note, then he does look. You see that Luca? He does look a little bit like Vieira, doesn't he? I was just looking at a screenshot of Vieira there.
Oh, he does, mate. He does. A few people have said that. Just let him have the tash and the goatee. He's well set.
He's very, very well set. Right, Manny, on that note, absolute respect to you. Shouts out to you. Grab me on Twitter if there's any question you want to know, or just, yeah, you know the deal.
Yeah,
absolutely. Guys, on that absolute bombshell, I'm starving. So I'm not going to sleep like Manny. I'm starving. So I'm going to eat something. I'm going to be like a cannibal, but I don't eat meat. I'm going to smash up something and see what a bit of Lucas stream is saying, and start plugging this and getting this out there, Twitter, Facebook, wherever it is. Guys, please hit the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if you're new. I'm out of the building. If Luca don't reply, who knows? I might be back for a quick 30-minute reaction. Who knows? I might eat and just find that energy again. Manny, respect to you guys, brother.
Always, mate. Always, brother.
And yeah, if I don't hear from you, man, see you for. Is it next? When is the next one? Is it next Thursday?
Should be next Thursday. I mean, all these Europa League games will be on a Thursday, so
they will be. And I reckon we've got a busy October, so I reckon it will probably be next Thursday. Yeah, probably.
Absolutely.
Right, brother. See you then. Say no more. Shouts out to all the real ones. Get the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if you're new to the realist, the one and only Stanley AFC TV. Guys, good night. We will see you tomorrow on it. I may be back for reaction. Who knows? But anyway, please hit the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if you're new. I'm out the building. Manny, absolutely love and respect to you, man. It's been lovely, isn't it? Respect, brother.
Always.
Right. Respect. Peace out, people. We're